Good morning and welcome to my channel. My name is Amy Darley and today's video is going to be the ultimate Clean With Me marathon with over 3 hours of cleaning, decluttering, and organizing motivation. I've put together all of my most recent decluttering videos, which are part of my decluttering series for 2023, where I am taking you guys along with me as I go through my entire house and I declutter and organize every single space. I always get requests for marathon videos, so I love doing them several times a year, so that way you can just throw this video up on your TV screen or on your phone and clean along with me as you get all of your to-dos tackled for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and let's get some cleaning done. Good morning, friends, and welcome to a new Clean With Me video for 2023. I'm Amy Darley, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing some cleaning, decluttering, and organizing. I'm starting with taking down all of my Christmas decor, decluttering any decor that we are no longer using, and then organizing what we're keeping. Then I'm going to put back out my normal everyday decor for winter. Also in this video, I'm starting with my first room in my decluttering series, where I'm taking you guys along as I declutter the entire house in a series of videos here on my channel. So I hope you're ready to get motivated, and if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos and giveaways that are coming soon. Give this video a thumbs up and let's get some cleaning done. Alright, so we are starting on day one of cleaning. I am pulling out my Christmas tree organizer bag. This is where I organize everything that goes on my Christmas tree, but I also have a lot of gift wrap gift wrapping items organized in here as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and take down my Christmas tree, just because I knew this was going to probably take the longest of all the undecorating for Christmas. So the first thing I'm taking off of our tree are our Christmas cards. This is how we display them during the month of December. And then after Christmas is over, I hole punch them and make little Christmas card booklets out of them. And I have a different one for each year. And then we're able to pull those Christmas card booklets out each year and see how everybody's kids have grown and see new families, old families, all that kind of stuff. So it's really cool. But I also saw this great idea on TikTok where a lady said that she takes one Christmas card a week, and then she will actually pray for that family and then send them an encouraging message, just a text or an email or something, or even a phone call, just to tell them that she's thinking and praying for them. And then, or she'll even do something nice for that family that week, like bring them a meal or something like that. But I thought that was really cool because she does one family a week. So let's just say you had 52 cards. You could do, 52 families that you have prayed for all year long, and even if you don't have that many, you could start over from the beginning of your stack. So I thought that was a great idea, and I wanted to share it with y'all. I shared this organizer that I use for my Christmas tree over on Instagram, and so many people ended up purchasing it. I think they sold it out on Amazon, but I do think that they have several others on there, so I'll be sure to link this organizer down in the description box in case you're looking for something similar. I know a lot of people also said that they have way more ornaments and way more stuff on their tree than I do, so there's no way it would all fit, but I'm going to link it just in case it's helpful for some of you. So here's a look at all of my ornaments. These are all from the tree. They all fit, and we kind of keep our tree pretty simple. We have a set of the big white balls that came from Hobby Lobby, and I think they're so pretty. But then the rest of them are just ornaments that we've received over the years, and then handmade ornaments that the kids have made.
I was at the wrong place at the right time, 'cause suddenly there you were with those bright blue eyes. We were conversing under the night sky when you took my hand, said let's leave.
Alright, so now that the Christmas tree is down, Chance is going to take this up to the attic, and it feels so good to have this space back. I feel like it always feels so bare whenever we take our Christmas tree down, but then it also gets me motivated to clear more stuff out of my space and start decluttering, just because it feels like a breath of fresh air, I guess, to have that space back.
Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. Love a little louder. Love a little louder. We went to a small bar with neon lights. Talked about everything that was on our minds. Talking to you gave me butterflies. Then you took my hand, said let's leave now. Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. Don't wanna be shy.
Here you can see all of the ornaments go in the center part of this bag, and then on the other sections on the outsides, I have other gift wrapping supplies like bags and boxes, and then those two little tape holders, they actually make a little gift wrapping station right on your tabletop, which is really cool. I got those from Amazon, and then I put all the other Christmas tree decor items inside of these little zipper pouches.
I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. Love a little louder. Love a little louder. Love a little louder. Love a little louder. Love out loud. Love out loud. Love out loud.
Okay, now I'm pulling out our Christmas tubs, and this is where I store all of our Christmas decorations. We have these two main tubs, which are for the downstairs decor, and then I also have two tubs for the upstairs decor for the playroom and the kids' rooms. And while I was doing this, the kids actually went upstairs and they started taking down all of that Christmas decor, so I didn't even film that part just because I knew we were trying to get it all put up and put away. And so they helped me by doing that while I was doing this. But also, before I started taking down any Christmas decor, I went through and got this big box here and started putting any of the decor that we are no longer using into that box, so that way I can donate it. So now you can see I actually have one tub here that is completely empty now that I've gotten all of the donations in the big box. And I'm going to start taking down the rest of the Christmas decor from downstairs, and I like to organize it by the space that I decorated, so that way when I go to put out my decorations next year, I will have all of the stuff together. And I'm going to go back and probably look at my Christmas decorating videos from last year or pictures, and then pretty much decorate almost the same way. Sometimes I will change things up. I might get new decor, or I might change out the signs or whatever, but at least if they're put together, I will kind of have an idea of where I like to put them for the next year. And then here you can see as I'm undecorating, I'm just putting back out all of our normal everyday decor, and mainly I'm doing this because I was storing some of that everyday decor that I took down in my Christmas tubs while the Christmas decorations were out, and then when I pulled out my Christmas tub, I pulled those decorations out and swapped them, if that makes sense. Right, now I'm going to take down all of the Christmas decor here in the living room, and honestly the mantle is like my favorite part of Christmas decorations, so I don't like to take this down because I think it's so pretty, but it's time to come down. Everything's going into storage, and I'm also going to take off all of the Christmas decorations from the bookshelves and just redecorate those with the everyday decor as well.
Don't wanna be shy. I will let my guard down. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud. Talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. Love a little louder. Love a little louder.
Now, here in this little cabinet down here is another place that I store all of my everyday decor. So anything that I took off of the bookshelves, I actually stored it in there while I had my Christmas decorations out. But I do need to go through these cabinets, both of the bottom cabinets, and declutter. So that's going to be part of my decluttering series. That's going to be one of the spaces that I'll be decluttering. But I am so excited about this series, you guys. I already started. So in this video, you're going to see a little bit later, I decluttered and organized the playroom. And Gracie June actually helped me with that. She's my daughter. She's 9 years old, in case you guys are new here. But she went through and helped me declutter the playroom and get rid of a lot of her toys, and then just kind of reorganize everything. So that was the first room that we are decluttering. And then next week, you're gonna see I decluttered and organized my master closet, which I've done this a lot throughout the years. I usually declutter in there several times a year. But I'm telling you guys, this time I got rid of so much stuff. You're not gonna believe how much I got rid of. It's crazy. So make sure to come back next week to see that video where I declutter my master closet. And then of course I have this whole series. So each week there's going to be a new space, a new room, or somewhere that I'm decluttering throughout my house, because I'm on a mission to get rid of as much stuff as possible and organize every single space. And I'm excited to share all with you, and hopefully you guys will do some decluttering in your houses with me. Even if it's not the same exact space that I'm doing, I'm hoping that it will kind of motivate you to get some decluttering done around your house. All right, so now we're moving into the kitchen, and Chance actually got me this Ninja coffee maker for Christmas. It's so funny because I was sharing in a video recently, or maybe it was on Instagram, and someone heard the sound of my old coffee maker, and it was just a Keurig coffee maker, and we'd had it for, I don't even know how long. We've had it since before we moved into our house, I know. But somebody was like, oh, it sounds like it's on its last leg. Like, it sounds like it's about to break and fall apart. And honestly, I kind of felt the same way. But I was surprised. Chance ended up, I didn't even ask for it, but Chance ended up getting me the Ninja coffee maker for Christmas. So we have a new coffee maker, and I love this thing. It works so good. You can do a whole pot of coffee, or you can do your regular just coffee cup. And then you can also do iced coffee, which I haven't tried that yet. I need to try it, but you know, it's winter. I'm not drinking iced coffee right now. Usually I do a hot cup of coffee in the mornings. But I can't wait to try out all the little features that it has. I'll make sure to link it in case you guys are looking for a new coffee maker. But so we're moving into the kitchen, and we're just going to take down the Christmas decor in here and redecorate with our everyday decor.
You got me dancing in your storm, burning everything we know, dressing up as firefighters. You got me dancing in your storm, looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. You got me feeling uncomplicated. Whatever happens is meant for us. Rushing into all the situations. Whatever happened, we came there first. Go a little wild is your personal expression. Far over the line, tell me we ain't something special. Wrap me around your solar system, make me do whatever that you want me to do. You got me dancing in your storm, burning everything we know, dressing up as firefighters. You got me dancing in your storm, looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. Looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire.
All right, so I officially have all of the Christmas decor taken down. I'm putting them in the tubs now, and then what you guys don't see behind the scenes is Chance was actually outside breaking down boxes, and then he came back in to help me take these tubs upstairs. So he took these up and put them in the attic for me. So a lot of times I get questions about, where are your kids at? Why aren't they helping you clean up? Why isn't your husband helping you clean up? And sometimes I will show them helping me in my videos, but I also don't want to just constantly share them especially if they're not wanting to be in the videos. Now, Gracie June was all about helping me clean and organize the playroom. Usually she's the one that will just jump in front of the camera super quick. And then Chance will actually take initiative sometimes and help me out when he is cleaning and helping, he'll take a second camera and he'll set it up and film and do all of that for me. But honestly, it's just so much easier to have my one camera and go through and film what I know I want to film without having to worry about filming everybody else. But just in case you were wondering, yes, my kids and my husband help clean all the time. They do a lot around the house, and they're always willing to help me out with my videos and stuff. But like I said, if for some reason they're not ready to be in front of the camera, they're not wanting to that day, then I definitely do not make them. All right, I am so excited because now we're moving on to day 2 of cleaning, where I'm going to declutter and organize here in the playroom. Now, I decided that the playroom was going to be the first room to declutter, mainly because it was just Christmas, the kids got lots of new things, and I figured why not go ahead and go through, before we start putting all of the new toys away, go ahead and go through and get rid of anything that she's no longer playing with. Because I say she because my son, Kason, is 11 and he really doesn't play with toys anymore. I feel like the only thing that he has in here is the gaming system, and then we do have like board games and stuff like that that are in the cabinets that everyone plays with. But the rest of the toys in the playroom belong to my daughter. So she's up here, she's gonna help me. We're gonna go through all of our toys. We're gonna dump out every single bin. I have this big box here for donations. And then I have a couple of trash bags. One trash bag is going to be for things that are broken and need to be thrown away. And then the other trash bag is going to be for toys that we're going to keep and we're going to actually put into a box for when my daughter has kids one day. So a couple of the items that she wanted to keep were her My Little Pony toys, because she was obsessed with My Little Ponies and she has so many of them. So we decided to keep those for when she has kids one day. If she has a daughter, then they can play with that. And then also she has these Disney dolls that we collected. So we're going to put that in that bag as well. So here you can see we're taking one basket at a time. We dump all the toys right in front of us and we literally touch every single toy. We decide whether we're going to keep it, donate it, or toss it. And then as we are deciding if we're going to keep it, we're actually organizing all the toys into sections. So she kept, all of her stuffed animals together, all of her, what are they called? Little pet shops. She wanted to keep those. So we kept all of those together. And then all of her American Girl doll stuff we put together. So we kind of were organizing it into sections as we were going through everything. So this is what took the most time out of all of the cleaning, decluttering, and organizing in the playroom, is just going through everything together and trying to figure out what we were going to keep and get rid of. And I was actually so surprised that Gracie June got rid of some of the toys that she got rid of, but she did such a good job decluttering. All right, Gracie June is still going through stuff. She just brought in a basket from her room. But let me show you how we have everything kind of sorted out right now. We've got all the American Girl doll stuff. We've got, this stuff is all Disney princesses and the bigger My Little Pony dolls, because we're going to keep these in the attic for Gracie June's future children, just in case they would love to play with those, because they have been such a special part of her childhood. All of these little stuffed animals we are keeping. We've got some mixed towels. We have a bag of these in the cabinets over there, so I'm going to put that in there. This is some of the OMG dolls that she got for Christmas and all of the stuff that goes with it, so we're going to organize that. This stuff she's going through with a basket right now. We've got some of her bags that need to go in her room. This is all stuff that needs to go in her room. We've got little notebooks, pencils, pens, bookmarks. We've got her iPod, jewelry, all that kind of stuff. Over here, we have all of her LPS stuff. So she is not ready to part with these, so we're going to keep this stuff. We're just going to organize it a little bit better. This is actually a camper for the OMG dolls, but she uses it for all of her LPS stuff. So we're going to organize that, fix that up. This is for her American Girl dolls. And then this is empty now. Let's walk over here. This basket over here is empty. These are part of her nativity scene, so I'm going to put that with the Christmas stuff. They just got these little maracas for Christmas. Oh. We're going to get rid of this, and then she's got these little squishmallows that she plays with on and off, so we're going to keep that stuff. A bag of trash, and then this is our box of donations. So we are making some progress. All right, so now we are completely done going through all the toys. We have a huge box of donations, one big bag of trash, and then Gracie June just put all of her other items that she's going to be saving in the attic. We're going to actually put that in a tub, but the tub is in the attic that I need to get out. And then now we're going through and we're organizing her toys into these baskets, and I did get these baskets off of Amazon. And then the bean bags I also got from Amazon, and I use these to keep any of their extra blankets. We have a ton of throw blankets. So I put the throw blankets in there, and then we also put all of their stuffed animals in there. Now while I'm up here in the playroom, I decided to go ahead and clean at the same time. So I'm going to clean off these shelves, then put the baskets on them. And in case you're wondering, do you see the paint on my wall right there? I was so upset because we just recently painted in here, but we got these little lights that are tiles that go on your wall. I guess you can put them wherever, but they come with the little sticky pieces that go on the back. And when I stuck them on the wall, I used the sticky pieces that came with it. And then I think Gracie June thought that they were like, you could move them around and make different patterns with them. And she didn't realize that they were actually stuck onto the wall like that. And so it pulled the paint off the wall, which stinks. But we do have some spare paint, so I do need to touch that up. All right, so we decided that this toy box here is going to be for all of Gracie June's American doll. It's actually the My Generation dolls from Target. I think she has 4 of them from Target. And so all of the stuff that goes with them is going in this toy box, and then we're going to put her other little accessories over here too, which, by the way, the toy box was Chance's toy box. Chance is my husband. It was his toy box when he was little. His grandfather actually made it for him. So I think it's so cool that my kids get to use this. Okay, now I'm cleaning up the rest of the stuff, and this is just a little air pump for our air mattresses that we use whenever people spend the night over here. And then also in that cabinet, we keep all of our DVDs and Legos. And then I am going through this little basket and putting all of Gracie June's OMG doll stuff in this basket, and it'll go on the shelf. And then the rest of the stuff will get organized into the other cabinet. So here I'm taking all of the Magna towels and putting them here in this little basket, and this is like our game cabinet. This is where we have all of our board games, which last year I did take all of our board games and took them out of the boxes, and I have these bags that I got off of Amazon, so I organized all of our board games into those bags, and then we've gotten some new ones since then, so I definitely need to do those soon. But then here I have this little basket here on top of the shelf. This is where I keep all of the PlayStation accessories, like the remotes and his headphones, all that kind of stuff goes into that little basket, so you don't even know it's there, but he knows where to find all of his accessories, and they're not out in the open, but they're still organized. You got me dancing in your storm, I'm looking like a breeze, but really you're a forest fire. just in case you guys are wondering what I'm cleaning with, I am using a microfiber cloth. It is dry, and I am using a multi-purpose spray. It's the Mrs. Meyer's multi-purpose spray to wipe down the cabinets and all of the furniture. And then I'm using the Sprayway glass cleaner here on the glass. And then for my TV, I will actually spray a little bit of the glass cleaner onto my microfiber cloth to wipe down my TV. So I'm not spraying it right onto the TV. I've heard that that could mess it up. So I spray it onto the microfiber cloth, and then I wipe down my TV. And I'm using 2 different cloths for the 2 different products.
Every night I'm going on the grid, texting back, I want you, hit you up, I'm on the other side, I miss you, take you off, I came here way too strong, cannot keep it low key, got me drugged, your pheromones hit the roof, auto, your taste, it's really a bad reception out there, where you heading, why ain't gravity pulling you in closer to me? I've lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you, telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar.
All right, the playroom is looking so much better. So the last few things I'm going to do is do a quick vacuum, and then I'm also going to use the carpet cleaner to clean some spots on my carpet. But this vacuum is from Walmart. I got it several months ago. I was looking for another vacuum that would be a good replacement for my Shark Uplight since that one is discontinued. And I've talked about that vacuum so much over the last few years because it's seriously my favorite vacuum ever. I still would recommend that vacuum over any other vacuum I've ever had. But this vacuum here is an Innova vacuum. I think I'm saying that right. But it is a lot heavier than my Shark Uplight, so that's the only downside, I think. But the trash container is a lot bigger, so I love that. It is a very powerful vacuum, so it has very powerful suction. And then it also has the anti-tangle brush roll, which I will never get another vacuum unless it has that feature, because all of my vacuums in the past before I got the Shark Uplight never had the anti-brush roll feature where it doesn't tangle. And I have long hair, and Gracie June's got long hair, so I was constantly having to cut the hair off of the bottom of the brush rolls. Well, this vacuum, as well as the Shark Uplight, and then also my cordless vacuum that you probably saw me use earlier in the video, they all have the anti-tangle brush roll, so I never have to worry about hair getting tangled around it. So that's nice. And I'm not sure why. I don't know if this vacuum is going to be discontinued soon or what, but I looked before posting this video, and this vacuum is actually on sale right now at Walmart for only $89, and I think it is well worth the price. I'm shocked that it's only $89 because it really is such a good vacuum. Now, a lot of times you can find the Shark Uplight on Amazon where they've been renewed, but they're still way more expensive than this vacuum. Now, I would still probably choose the Shark Uplight over this vacuum, but for $89, this is such a good heavy-duty, deep cleaning vacuum.
Found myself in between the lines, underneath your bed sheets. It started fun, but now...
All right, so I had a couple of spots on the carpet that needed to be cleaned, so I decided to go ahead and pull out my carpet cleaner. I probably really need to, sometime this year, probably when I'm doing some spring cleaning, I'll pull up my big area rug, which is a ruggable rug. They say that it can be washed in the washing machine, but this one is huge, so hopefully it will fit. They say that it should, so I need to do that. But probably when I'm spring cleaning, I'll have to pull that up and do the entire carpet up here. But I did want to do some spot cleaning because there were a few spots that desperately needed to be cleaned. So in my carpet cleaner, I'm using the Bissell Sanitizing Carpet Shampoo, but I also have the Rocco and Roxy shampoo, and both of them smell amazing. So either one of those are really good.
I'm in too deep into this flow. A zero-sum game that I will lose. There's no zipping past it. Every time you walk away from for me, I want you. How could I want you more? Or when did I lose my perspective? Oh God, have I lost it? But my cravings for you so shameless, can't get enough. I've lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you, telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now. I'm like an outcast from pillar to post. There's no denial, I'm chasing ghosts. I'm like an outcast from pillar to post, hitting you up, but I'm stuck on hold. Is it really a bad reception out there? Where are you heading? Why ain't gravity pulling you in closer to me? Yeah, I lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now. I lost you, yeah, I lost you, telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar.
All right, we are almost done cleaning the playroom, and if you made it this far in the video, I just want to say a huge thank you for being here and for watching this long. I know that you guys are so busy and have so much to do, so for you to come and hang out with me, choose to watch my videos, means the world to me. So let's do a little $100 PayPal cash giveaway as a thank you from me. I want to do these more often, by the way, so be sure to keep watching my videos because I'm going to be doing some more of these PayPal cash giveaways, but I also have another big giveaway that's going to be coming soon, so be on the lookout for that. But to enter the giveaway, you just have to make sure that you're subscribed. I know that some people have told me recently that YouTube unsubscribed them from my channel, so double check and make sure that you're still subscribed if you were already a subscriber. Then I want you to go leave me a comment below this video letting me know one room in your house that could use some decluttering. That's all you have to do to enter. And the giveaway will end on Sunday, January 15th, and then I'm going to use a random comment picker to pick one person to win $100 PayPal cash. And I will be sure to reply to your comment if you are the winner, and then I will announce it over on the community page here on my YouTube channel. However, I do not ever communicate through Telegram, so if you ever see any comments from me that say to message me on Telegram for a prize, please know that is not me. It is a spam account that will steal YouTubers' pictures and pretend to be them so that they can try to scam you, and that's happening all over YouTube. So be aware of that. If you see someone telling you to message them on Telegram, know that that is not the actual YouTuber. Most YouTubers will not communicate that way. So I just wanted to make sure that you guys are aware that's going on. And if I comment to you, I will tell you to communicate with me through email. That's just the easiest way to do it. And thank you guys so much for all of your love and support, and good luck on the giveaway. So now we're all finished cleaning, and I hope that today's video was super motivating for you. If you decided to declutter a space with me, I'd love to see some of your before and afters. If you want to send pictures to me on Instagram or even tag me in your Instagram stories so I can reshare those. My Instagram is @amy.darley. I'm so excited for you guys to see my next video where I declutter my master closet and for you to see how much stuff we ended up donating. So I hope you guys have an amazing week. Come back and see me in my next video, and I will see you then. Bye. Hey y'all, I'm Amy Darley, and I am a stay-at-home mom of 2 school-age kids, and I share motivational homemaking and cleaning videos here on my channel. Today I'm getting a little cleaning done in my bedroom, but the main focus of today's video is to clean, declutter, and organize our master closet. This is video number 2 in my decluttering series, and I'm so excited for you to see the transformation of this closet and how much stuff we ended up donating. If you want to see episode 1 of my decluttering series, check out the video I posted right before this one, and I'll even link the decluttering playlist in the description box. But for episode 1, we decluttered the Christmas decor and then our playroom. I am on a mission to declutter the entire house, so I'm so excited to take you guys along with me for this series. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, it helps me out a ton, and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Now let's get some cleaning done together. Okay, so like I said, we're getting a little cleaning done in my bedroom, but the main focus today is to clean, declutter, and organize my master closet. It is a huge mess. There are things piled up all over the floor. There's also a lot of clothes in here. We had no extra hangers, so we actually have a basket of clothes that need to be hung up, but we don't have any hangers to use to hang those clothes up, so we knew it was time to get rid of some stuff. But you can see all of the mess here. Anytime we walk in, we're tripping over things. There are also a bunch of blankets and pillows and things shoved back on the middle shelves. So we're gonna go through all of that and then look at my t-shirt collection that has just piled up here because I can no longer fit any of these shirts in my drawers. So that's where all my t-shirts have been going. And then here you can see we just have so much stuff. So it is time to declutter in here. I'm also gonna do some cleaning because there was a lot of dust on the floors, also on the shelves, and especially the shoe rack. There was tons of stuff on the shoe rack. So we're gonna get some cleaning done in there, and I can't wait for you to see the before and after. So before we get started in the closet, I'm gonna go ahead and tidy up the bedroom. I also did a little dusting on the furniture in here and just kind of getting this space in order because I'm gonna be pulling a ton of stuff out of that closet, and I kind of wanted it to be tidy in here before I started messing with that. Now today, as I'm getting my cleaning done here in the bedroom as well as in our closet, I'm going to be using some cleaning products from Grove Collaborative. And thank you to Grove Collaborative for partnering with me on today's video. I have been purchasing from Grove Collaborative since before I ever started my YouTube channel years ago, and I love that they make cleaning products that are better for me and my family as well as for the environment. So here's a look at some of the products that I'm going to be using today. The Grove Co. laundry sheets, I've never used them before, so I'm going to be using those for the first time. And then I've got the Grove Co. glass bottle, the reusable spray bottle, as well as the Grove Co. concentrate. So I'm going to be making a little multi-purpose cleaner to use in my bedroom and in the closet, and then the microfiber cleaning cloths. All right, we always have to start the day with laundry. So like I said, I'm using these Grove Co. laundry detergent sheets for the very first time, and I absolutely loved these. The scent is amazing, and these sheets are actually made with no harsh chemicals and 100% natural fragrance. Now for a regular load of laundry, you only need to use one sheet, but I was doing a pretty big load of laundry, so I ended up using 2 sheets.
Gonna let the sun shine in today.
Now while I'm cleaning today, I'm going to be using the Grove Co. reusable spray bottle, the multi-purpose concentrate, and the microfiber cloths. And I love these reusable glass bottles because they have the little labels on the bottom and you can move the rubber piece around for whatever cleaner you're using in your bottle. I just love how clean these look, and I'm actually going to keep my label on multi because I will be using the multi-purpose cleaner concentrate in this one. Today I'm using the lemon and eucalyptus scent in the Grove Co. concentrate, and they actually have several different scents, but they all smell amazing. To make our cleaner, I'm just filling up the bottle with water and then pouring in the concentrate, and then once I put the top on, I will do a little bitty shake to kind of mix it together. And then I'm also going to be using the Grove Co. microfiber cloths. This one came in a 3-pack with 3 different colors, but they also have some other colors available on the website. Now these are just a few of the items that I love from Grove Collaborative, but there are a ton of products that I purchase from their website all the time, and I'll be sure to leave a list of all of my favorite items for you down in my description box in case you want to try some of those products out for yourself. So if you're looking to switch to more sustainable products in 2023, whether it's cleaning products or even personal care products, then I highly recommend shopping with Grove Collaborative. And what's awesome is that right now, new customers actually get a free starter kit with their first purchase when you use my link. So I'll put my link down in the description box for you so you can get yourself some free goodies.
I'm trying to make this darkness go away. I'll paint with colors and I'll sing until my lungs give out. I'm gonna let the sun shine in today, and I will leave my windows open so that I can hear the sound of people talking and the wind blowing in the trees. Oh, I will open up my eyes so I can see the light.
Okay, I feel like every room in my house has a little catch-all area where we all throw things and don't necessarily go put them away. And this is our little catch-all area right here. And it's probably because, honestly, my closet is just so bad that I started putting things here on the dresser. So I'm going to put these things away and clean off our dresser right here after I get a little sip of Diet Dr. Pepper and get this area cleaned off and looking a little bit better before we start in the closet.
Oh, and I'll try to spread my wings so I can fly. Oh, and the darkness starts to fade. Feels like things are gonna go my way. I'm gonna let the sun shine in the day. I'm gonna let the past be filled with smoke, and I will try to fix what has been broken. Take this weight off my shoulders, 'cause I know yesterday ain't coming back. I'm gonna let the past stay in the cold. I will listen to the ocean, let its unsaid words be spoken, and I'll let my
Now I am keeping this little tray here, and this is for us to put our remotes, sunglasses. I do have a bottle of lotion right there, and then also Chance is my husband, by the way, he'll usually have some sort of paperwork or something that is folded up in his pockets that he takes to and from work, so sometimes he'll put those things right there as well. Now, before we get too much further in the video, I did want to remind you guys that in my last video, I started my decluttering series. So that was episode 1, and I decluttered our Christmas decor. We had a huge box of stuff that we donated that we were no longer using. And then we also went through the playroom, and me and my daughter, Gracie June, she is 9, we went through and decluttered all of the toys in there, and we got rid of a huge box of toys as well. So if you need some motivation to declutter your kids' rooms or playroom, then I highly recommend going and checking out that video. And then, like I said, today's video is going to be episode number 2, and we are tackling our master closet. And then, like I said, I want to declutter my entire house. So this series might be going on for a little while because there are so many different areas in my house that need decluttering. So as I'm editing this, I'm trying to figure out which area I want to declutter next. But a lot of you were telling me all of the areas that you want to declutter in your own houses in my last video. So I am definitely going to use your list to kind of guide me on where I want to go next and what room or space I want to declutter next.
Drive. Do you know I'm looking, and I can't help but smile? Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on, I put my feet up, and we just sing along, and I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 you everything was complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up.
So now the bedroom is all nice and clean. It smells so good in here. And I am ready to start decluttering in my closet, which is kind of overwhelming because now that my room is clean, I'm going to be pulling all kinds of stuff out here onto the floor. So that kind of stinks that it's clean and it's about to be a mess, but it's okay. So I have these 2 laundry baskets. One of the laundry baskets I'm using to put things that do not belong in our bedroom in that basket, so that way I can go put them throughout the house where they actually belong. And then the other basket I'm actually going to use to put some of my shirts and things, because this ended up taking me a really long time. So I put some of the things that were going back into my closet in that second laundry basket. So the first thing I'm starting with is getting everything off of the floor. I actually had a pile of clothes that were on the floor that I'd already decided the last few months I was going to get rid of, and instead of actually taking them out of my closet, I threw them on the floor. So that's what those clothes were. And then we've got all of our workout stuff. These are all shoes that did not fit on our shoe rack. And then here you can just see some other random things that need to be taken somewhere else. Now the next thing I did was went through my jeans and I pulled them all off of the hangers, because originally I was thinking I was going to stack these on one of the shelves and use some dividers to organize it that way. But in the end, I decided not to do that, but it's okay because I'm pulling everything out of the closet anyways. So I'm pulling the pants out. I ended up going through these and deciding which ones I was going to keep, which ones I was going to donate. And then I just threw them on the bed for right now. And then I decided to go ahead and tackle this pile of t-shirts. So I'm taking all of this to my bed. I'm going to go through everything and do the same thing. We're going to decide which ones are going to be donated and which ones I'm going to keep. And then I actually threw these into that second hamper just to kind of have a place for them for right now. Now, I want to be completely transparent with you guys. Decluttering spaces definitely give me so much satisfaction, but I get so much anxiety on actually starting the project, just because I know that most of these projects, especially if I'm doing the closet or like the playroom, I know that it's going to take me a while to get through everything. So I get overwhelmed thinking about actually starting the project. But once I get started, I get in like this mode, especially once I start seeing the things, going through and organizing and seeing how much I'm getting rid of and what items I want to keep. I get excited and motivated to keep going. So if you guys have a space in your house that you're wanting to declutter and you're just feeling overwhelmed and don't want to start because you know it's going to take a while, then maybe break it up into sections and maybe give yourself like an hour to get started and go through and declutter what you can, touch things, see how much you can get rid of, and see how much you can get done in that 1 hour, or whatever amount of time you want to give yourself or you have available. And then you're either going to get super motivated and you're going to want to keep going, or you're going to give yourself a little break and you can set a timer for a break or whatever, and then get back to that project and give yourself another set amount of time to work on it. But like I said, for me, once I actually get started, it's the getting started that's hard. But once I actually get started, then I'm in like game mode and I am going to go until I can get it done. Now, another thing that could help get you motivated is either putting on a video. If you love listening or watching cleaning videos while you're cleaning, use the video to see how much you can get done during that amount of time, or put on your favorite music. If you're a music person and you love a good, jam session while you're cleaning, put on some music, jam out while you're cleaning. Or if you're like me and you like to listen to books, then put on a good book. You have to have a really good one so you can actually focus, but put on a good book while you get your cleaning done. It'll make the time fly by and it'll make what you're doing a lot more enjoyable as well. Okay, so those are all of my tips for getting started with decluttering a space if you're feeling overwhelmed like I was. Also, I know we're all going to have our own methods on how we like to declutter things, but whenever I'm in my closet, I know that like there's the Marie Kondo method where you take everything out and you put it on your bed and you go through and you declutter that way. But for me, I like to just keep everything hanging, and I will just kind of go through and literally touch every piece of clothing. I do that. And then also with the shoes, I'm going through, I'm looking at every single pair, and I'm deciding what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to get rid of. Now later in the video, I am going to completely clear out the closet just because it really needed to be cleaned, and I do this at least once, maybe twice a year, where I will pull everything out so I can actually wipe things down. But I don't do that every single time I declutter in here. It's just when I have to actually clean in here as well.
I dance around, I can't help but feeling, just loving this moment. Can we say?
Okay, now I'm moving to this pile of blankets and pillows here on the shelf. Oh, I forgot I had this blanket. I love this blanket. Dang it. See, this is what happens when you have too much stuff and you need to declutter. You forget about some of your favorite things. So that green blanket I actually got from Target a few years ago, and it's one of those really soft ones. It's like a Barefoot Dreams dupe. And I could have used that for Christmas, but I forgot I had it because it was stuffed up underneath all of these other blankets and things. So I'm definitely getting rid of a lot of blankets and pillows that I haven't used in years.
Forever, I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together?
Now these baskets have also become a mess, but this is where I keep all of my scarves and handbags, beanie caps, all that kind of stuff. But you can see it's a disaster, and honestly I hardly use any of the stuff that's in these baskets, so I'm about to get rid of a bunch of that stuff too.
If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? Forever. 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 I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving this moment. Can we stay here together? If I could stop the time, don't you know that I would? 'Cause I'm just loving.
All right, I might actually have to take a break for today, but this is the pile that we have so far. These are all the clothes, shoes, all of the pillows, blankets, sheets, all that kind of stuff that we are donating. This pile is huge, you guys. I can't believe I got rid of so much stuff. I am keeping these shoes over here, and then I went through all of that stuff on the bed. I'm going to keep that stuff, but I'm not going to put it back into the closet yet. I'm going to just, I think I'm going to move it all over here. I'm going to stack it up nicely and get some things out of the way so that way we'll be able to sleep tonight. I'm going to get this pile out of here. I'm going to get Chance to help me take this out. And then coming into my closet, I organized these two baskets, but I'm not going to put them back up yet because I'm going to eventually pull all of this stuff out so I can clean in here before I put everything back and organize. This stuff needs to go upstairs. That's Chance's guitar. I'm going to put that somewhere else too. I went through all of my shoes, and these are the ones that I'm keeping, but like I said, I'm going to be pulling all of this stuff off the shelves so I can clean. I'm just trying to, since I don't have very much room to walk in my room, I'm keeping it in here for right now until tomorrow. But Chance still has to go through his clothes. I went through all of my dresses and stuff and decided on the ones I was keeping, and then I still have to go through this stuff up here, but that should be pretty quick and easy to go through all of this. Okay, it's the next day, and you can see I have put everything into bins that we are getting rid of. So we've got 4 bins right here that are full of stuff. We've got clothes, pillows, blankets, sheets, all kinds of stuff, and then all this stuff that's stacked over here is stuff that I'm keeping. And then Chance is going to start going through his clothes and decluttering since he didn't do that yesterday. And so I don't want to touch his stuff because I obviously don't know what he wants to keep, what he wants to get rid of. But he ended up getting rid of a good bit of stuff. And then I added his stuff to our pile here. And here's a better look at the 4 baskets. But now we're going to work on this section. And it is the next day, but I put the same clothes back on. Do you guys do that? I don't know. I will literally wear the same pair of leggings for like 3 days straight as long as I didn't work out or anything in them. But honestly, I started doing this decluttering way later in the day than I wanted to the day before. So I ran out of time and decided, you know what, I'm just going to put the same clothes back on. It's fine. And so anyways, now we've decluttered the pillows and we are moving through this project. So now we are just pulling everything out of the closet so that way I can start cleaning in here. And then while I was doing this, Chance actually went and put all those tubs in the back of my car so we could take them to donate. And here's a little close-up of what the shelving looks like. There's a little bit of dust, some hair, all kinds of things. So we're going to vacuum first, and then I'm going to go back over it with that multi-purpose cleaner from Grove Co. and wipe down all the shelves and everything with the microfiber cloth.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget, yeah. Maybe it's something in the water, yeah. Or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter, yeah. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why.
So as I was cleaning, I was just thinking about how crazy it is, how dusty it gets in here in our closet, because it's just a closet. It's not like we come in here all the time, and also every inch of our closet was pretty much covered up, except for, I guess, the floor. So that was the most dusty part. And then where we put our shoes was pretty gross too. So anyways, I just thought that was funny that this room gets that dusty. So in case you're wondering, these little drawer organizers right here, we actually use to store our bath towels and extra sheet sets and stuff, because we don't really have a linen closet. And then our bathroom literally has like no storage. So this is where we kept all of that. But I'm actually going to pull these containers out of here. Originally, I was going to keep them in because I got these new shelves, these new drawers, not shelves, new drawers from the Container Store. They are amazing. But I was thinking I was going to add those in here with these, but there just wasn't enough space. So originally I put these tubs back in here, but I'm going to actually take them out. And one of the tubs, the top was kind of warped from all those blankets that I had sitting on top of it. So I can't even get the drawer to work really well. But the other one I'm going to use up in Kaysen's closet. So I'm going to take that one up there and replace both of these drawers with the new ones that I got from the Container Store that are awesome, by the way. And I can't wait for you to see how that turned out.
You gotta leave me here tonight before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does. We gave it all we had. It's time to say bye, baby, bye. say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, 'cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why.
Yay, we are done dusting in here. Look at how this rag ended up turning out. This was all from the closet, and it wasn't too bad, but like I said, for having all the areas pretty much covered besides the floor, it was dustier than it should have been. But now I'm just gonna vacuum and do a quick Swiffer wet mop in here, and then I'll be done cleaning and we can start organizing.
Leave me here right now, before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does. Wide awake is the way that you left me, side by side in your car in the backseat. Wide awake is the way that you left me. Oh.
It's always so crazy to see the closet empty. It looks like it has so much more room than when I put all the stuff back in here, but it smells good. It's so nice and clean. And here is our pile of stuff that is actually going back into the closet. So all this stuff we are keeping, but I'm gonna actually organize it and put everything back.
Now it's clear we are here back at your house, and I keep fading into the background. I'm wide awake, now you keep missing out for sure. Take down your walls and let me ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick, now let me ooh, ooh, ooh. I wanna be right there by your side. I wanna be there, won't you be mine? Take down your walls and let me, yeah, brick by brick, now let me. In my bed 5 to 12, wish I could sleep. Dream about all the ways you could reach me, but now you keep missing out on me, that's for sure. Take down your walls and let me ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, brick by brick now.
Got any karate chop on? Pre-karate chop?
Take down your walls and let me, yeah, brick by brick now let me.
Now, Chance was so excited because we had so much space that he was able to actually keep his guitar in here, which has been up in the playroom for most of the time that we've actually lived in our house. So he was excited about that. And then I have those 2 bins were super organized. I got rid of a ton of stuff, so those look good in there. And this is the new drawer organizer that I got for the closet. So I got 2 of these. They came from the Container Store. I feel like the price was actually really good too, so I'll make sure to link it. But the top drawer is a skinnier drawer, and then the bottom 3 drawers are a little bit bigger. Now the only thing is I kind of wish that there was a top to it, so the top drawer was not just open, because you know you can't really put anything on the top of this. But hey, it might be a good thing, because then I'd be putting more stuff on top and then have more stuff that I would need to declutter. I'm just sliding these back into the same little corners, and then for this organizer on the left, I'm putting all of our towels and sheets and things like that. Originally I was putting the hand towels and these little wash rags here on the top, but I ended up moving these because there was more space in the other drawers below. So I ended up moving these, and we did put Chance's ties on that, and it works really well. Now Chance is putting his clothes back in, and originally I was like, hey, we need to color code it. No, he did not want to do it. He was like, you know what? If you want me to help, I'm going to put them in here how I want to put them in here. So I was like, you know, they're your clothes. Do what you want. Your side can be however. But I ended up color coding mine and putting them in sections by like tank tops, then short sleeves, long sleeves, and then jackets. And then I color coded them and put light colors together. And then I put all my dresses on the other side and did sort of the same thing. And then the same thing with my jeans. I put them all right here and did light to dark. And then this drawer organizer is for all of those t-shirts that I kept and all of my activewear pullovers and things like that. So that's what's going in this one. And then all of my shoes that don't fit on the shelves are going underneath my jeans, and they don't fit because they're too tall, not because I have too many. And then look at all of these extra hangers that we have left over. I told you guys before I started the project that we didn't even have one single hanger that we could hang anything else on. And so it felt so good to have all of those left over and to see how much we got rid of. So that was the before of the closet. And then here is the after. And honestly, I do still feel like we have a lot of stuff in here, but compared to before where we had literally the shelves were full of things, the entire bottom of our floor was covered in items that didn't need to be there. So even though it looks like we still have a lot of stuff, it's all organized and there's a lot less stuff in here than when we started. So let me give you a quick little overview of how we organized everything and just what the closet looks like now.
Sometimes, but you're making me nervous. No, I've realized that I can't live without you. All my friends reassure that it's obvious, and that maybe I'm wasting my time, but I gotta try. The only reason I keep sneaking out at night to laugh with you in secret under city lights. Surprised you never had the guts to figure out how I feel about you. Wish me the best of luck. I'm gonna win your love. Coming to get you, dying to feel your touch. Wish me the best of luck. Coming to get you. Wish me the best of luck. Trying to steal your hand. Coming to get you. Coming to get you.
All right, you guys, so another decluttering project is done and it feels so good. Hopefully we can keep this closet like this. Y'all will have to let me know if you enjoyed seeing the whole process of cleaning, decluttering, and organizing the closet. What project do you want to see next? What space or room do you want to see me declutter next? And let me know if you're decluttering with me. I would love to hear your stories or see some before and afters. You can send them to me over on Instagram if you're doing some decluttering. I would love to see it. I really hope you guys are enjoying this series. It's definitely helping me out, so hopefully it's helping you guys out too. But if you're new, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Get you. Wish me the best of luck. Trying to steal your hand. Coming to get you. Coming to get you. Coming to get you.
Hey y'all, I'm Amy Darley, and today's video is going to be episode number 3 of my decluttering series, where I'm taking you along as I get my entire house decluttered for 2023. Today we are focusing on decluttering and organizing our master bathroom. At first glance, it didn't look too bad, but wait till you see how much stuff I pull out of all of these drawers and cabinets. I found some new organizing bins and also used some of my old bins to organize this space and make it a lot more functional. I love the way this project turned out, and I hope you will too. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and let's tackle this bathroom. Okay, I feel like I say this in every single one of my decluttering videos, but this is a space that I've been putting off. I knew that it was gonna take me a while to get in here and declutter, so I've just been putting it off, and it's finally time to declutter and organize in here. So first, let me show you what this space looks like. So it's not too bad, or it doesn't appear to be too bad, but I have so much stuff in here, and half the stuff here in the back I can't even get to. It's just kind of piled up. I know that there's so much in here that I don't even use, so I am ready to just go through, literally put my hands on every single item and decide whether I'm going to keep it, toss it, or I did not donate any of this stuff, but I did save a few things for my daughter for like play makeup and stuff like that. But that's kind of what I'm doing as I'm going through everything today. I also wanted to organize these deeper drawers that we have a little bit better, so I'm going to go look for some new bins to use in here. And then also on my husband's side of the bathroom, I wanted to reorganize all of that down there because I just feel like the space was not being utilized well. Now, like I said, this is episode 3 of my decluttering series, so if you haven't seen the first 2 episodes, be sure to go check those out as well. I actually have a playlist, a decluttering playlist, that I will leave down in my description box so you can easily find them, but it's also just the last 2 videos I posted before this one. But the first episode, we decluttered and organized the playroom right after Christmas. And then the second episode, we decluttered and organized our master closet. And in both of those videos, we got rid of so much stuff. It's so motivational, so I hope you'll go watch it and then get some motivation for yourself or even some organization ideas. All right, let's go get some organization bins for this space. All right, so the first place I headed to look for some organization bins was Walmart. I knew that they had this home edit line, and there were so many different organizers to choose from. They also had these bamboo organizers, which were really pretty and would look great in like a pantry or something, but I decided to go with all clear bins, and then I headed to Target. Now, I specifically went to Target because I was looking for the open container, this one right here, and I knew that they had it, and Walmart didn't have anything like this. And I was thinking this would be great on Chance's side of the bathroom. Chance is my husband, by the way. And then I saw these baskets, and I just thought they were so pretty. I think these are new. I haven't seen them before, so I grabbed a few of those to use in the bathroom as well. And then I headed home to get started on this project. Now, I did purchase more than I need, but I planned on just kind of maneuvering them around, figuring out what works, and then taking whatever I don't use back. And now I have my Diet Dr. Pepper, got my caffeine, and I'm ready to tackle this bathroom. So just a little tip, if you're dreading starting a project or even just getting your everyday cleaning done around your house, then get yourself a good drink or a snack, and then put on some loud music or a podcast or a book. I usually listen to Audible while I clean, or I'll jam out to some country music, or even put on a motivational video like this and kind of listen while you're cleaning. And then hopefully it'll make the time go by faster and not make these tedious tasks feel so tedious. So I have to keep stopping filming because the lighting is horrible in here, and the sun, when it's coming through the window right here, it just makes it to where you can't see anything. So this is taking way longer than it should, but I'm gonna get it done. All right, so as you can see, I started over on my side of the bathroom just by pulling everything out. I'm gonna vacuum and wipe down the inside of the cabinet really quick, and then I'm gonna start going through all of the stuff that was in this cabinet and just figuring out whether I want to keep it, toss it, or like I said, there were a few things that I did keep for my daughter, Gracie June. And it's funny because for every decluttering project, when I pull everything out, I am always so shocked at how much stuff fits in these tiny little spaces.
Fire burning like I do under my tattoos.
Now, I did want to mention that after all of this literally took me all day to do. And after I got done, my back was hurting so bad. And now editing this back, I know why. Look at me, I'm bent over half the time. So next time I declutter, maybe I should put everything up on the counter, because by the end of the video, that's kind of what I did when I was working on Chance's side of the bathroom. So maybe next time I need to start putting things up on top of the counter and working standing up versus bending over so my back won't hurt so bad. All right, so now I'm just using some different bins and trying to figure out what works best in here. And ultimately, I ended up going with the same ones that I already had in here, plus this longer bin, which it's funny because I already had this one upstairs in my attic. I have a wire bookshelf in there that keeps all of my extra organizing supplies, because I feel like I'm always reaching for those to organize different spaces around my house or even other people's houses whenever I help them out. Now here in this bin, I'm just putting all of my self-tanning stuff. I also have my travel steamer and then some mouthwash. And then on this, I'm putting all of my hair care items and all of my skincare items. And this little acrylic organizer, as well as the pull-out drawers that are right to the left of it, I got all of these last year off of Amazon, and I absolutely love all of them. They're such good quality, and I feel like the prices are pretty good too. And the drawers did not come with the labels on them. I actually used my Cricut and cut out the letters with vinyl and just put those on there.
You wanna leave behind, get all those cold eyes cold looking, or saying bye bye bye. I don't wanna talk before the moment slowly slips away. Get a little dirty, baby, nothing you ain't gonna take, yeah.
All right, so in this drawer, I'm using all of the hair care items in the top two drawers. So this one, I'm putting a little shower cap. This one's new. Hopefully the shower cap works well. And then scrunchies. I've got a bunch of Gimme Beauty hair ties. I love these. And then the next little drawer, I'm going to be putting all of my little clips. Now in this drawer, I got some of these makeup remover towels off of Amazon. They're so cute, but they also work really well. And then here I have these little organizer bags that I'm gonna keep in here, and some makeup sponges. And then in this makeup bag, I actually have a bunch of makeup from Saint that I have on hand just in case any of my friends want to try it out, and then some fresh makeup brushes. And then I decided to put my other travel bags in my closet. I'll show it to you later on in the video, but it works perfect in there. And then this is my Saint makeup palette. It's got most of my makeup in there, and then a little headband for when I'm doing my makeup. Now we're going to tackle all of my drawers. I'm doing the exact same thing. I'm going to pull everything out, vacuum each drawer, and wipe down each drawer. So here I'm going through all of my makeup, and this is all that I have left, but I'm actually about to get rid of a lot of this stuff too, because since I've been using Saint, I have all of my makeup basically in one compact except for my mascara. So I'm going to get rid of most of this stuff, and then like I said earlier, a few of these items I decided, like a couple of the eyeshadows I really liked, and then a few of the other things I'm going to just give to Gracie June.
Under my tattoos, just a remedy, and the way you go, baby, don't you know, there's a remedy, yeah, there's a remedy, oh no, darling, Palooza, ain't gonna lose ya, I'm gonna do that.
Now before I put these makeup brushes back into an organizer, I wanted to clean them because they were pretty dirty. And so this is my little blue rag that's obviously taken a beating. And so I use it for cleaning my brushes along with the Saint brush cleaner. Now I have thought about getting one of those makeup cleaning mats. Y'all have to let me know if y'all use them. I've seen a lot of people sharing them, but let me know if you guys use a brush cleaning mat and what one you use if you love it. And here's a look at my rag after I got done cleaning all of my brushes. And this is why I use an old rag. All right, so this is a 10-piece bath set that I got from the Home Edit at Walmart. And I'm going to be using this set to organize the drawers. And these actually worked really, really well in here, especially for those deep drawers. I was able to stack some of these containers on top of each other. And I think I almost used all of them. I had a few of the smaller containers left over. But I love the way that this fit in there, and this whole set was, I think, $24. But I'll make sure to leave links to all of the organizers that I did end up using down in my description box. So as I go through and put all these items into the organizers, I'm just trying to put like items together. So in this one, you'll see I have razors. I have the face razors, but I also have the extra razors for my razor blades that go in the shower. And then this is my contacts little container. I've got extras here of different products that will go on the bottom, so that way, you know, I don't have to have it easily accessible. Here I've got teeth stuff, so extra toothpaste, extra toothbrushes. I've got all my makeup brushes and cleaner. This basket I did not end up using in here because it didn't fit. I didn't realize. But then I've also got these denture cleaner tablets, which I use for my retainer. And now it's time to put everything back in these drawers, and I didn't do anything different for my hair tools. I just kind of wrapped the cords a little nicer and put them in there, but you'll see how these drawers ended up turning out, and I love the way it's working.
Wheels in motion, I'm going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you want this too.
And now we're moving on to the top drawer, and I'm organizing this drawer with things that I use on a daily basis. Oh, and I wanted to mention that these little containers are actually from Amazon. It came in a set as well. The other ones from the Home Edit line did not fit in my top drawer because it wasn't deep enough. But these I absolutely love, and these would be great in a bathroom or even in desk drawers. I use some of these in my desk drawers as well, and it came in a huge set. So I actually have a whole bunch of these still, even after doing the bathroom in here. I have a bunch left over. And then it also came with little sticky pieces that you could stick on the bottom to keep it from sliding around in the drawer, which I did not end up using. But I might go back and do that because they do kind of slip and slide here in these drawers. And now we're moving on to my husband's side, and his was really unorganized, and he just had a whole bunch of stuff just thrown in here. We actually ended up throwing away a bunch. You don't see it in the video, but after I pulled everything out and kind of went through and categorized stuff, I had him come in and decide what stuff he was going to keep and what stuff he was going to toss. And I was surprised he got rid of a good bit. But also these drawers were really gross. They had, like, you know, from his razors and stuff like that, there was hair all in the bottom. And so anyways, it was nice to get this cleaned out and actually clean the drawers and then have them reorganized for him.
'Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just want to let you know, and I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I want to kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling.
Okay, before I put things back in the drawer, I wanted to go through this cabinet here because some of the stuff that was in the drawers are actually going to go under here. So I'm cleaning this out. I'm going to wipe it down, and then I'm actually going to get rid of that little trash can. I'm not going to use it under the sink anymore because we have a new trash can in our bathroom, like with the toilet, where the toilet is, and it's one of those sensor trash cans, which, oh my gosh, what a game changer. I love that thing. But it's also a little bit bigger than our old trash can, so it's really nice. And it works great in there. So now I don't feel like we actually need one underneath our sink anymore just because we use that one so much. So I'm going to get rid of that and then reorganize that space under the cabinet. But here you can see I'm starting with the top drawer here. And once again, I'm putting all the things that he reaches for every single day right here on the top. Now for the second drawer, I only had one bin left from that home edit line, and then I had a few other organizers, so I'm just going to use what I have to organize this drawer. And a few of these products were too tall to stand up. I really wanted everything to kind of stand up in here, but it was too tall, so I ended up just laying them flat.
I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down.
Now we're going to start organizing under the cabinet, and this actually is going to go on the bottom of another piece. So I'm putting his hair trimming kit thing because he doesn't pull it out very often. So that's going to go on the bottom. And then these are the drawer organizers that I got in the home edit line from Walmart. I've got two of these, and this is all like extra toiletry items. So I'm going to put all those things in this drawer. And then in the other drawer, I'm just going to put our loofahs, our extra loofahs.
Making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling.
Now for this open container here on the top, I'm putting some of our bigger items, which is just our extra shampoos, conditioners, body wash, and then I'm also going to put a few of our cleaning supplies that we can use on a daily basis here in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'm falling in love.
All right, we're moving into the bathroom or the toilet area, and this is the trash can that I was telling you about. It's motion censored. I got it off of Amazon and absolutely love this thing. I actually got one for our guest bathroom as well, and I need to get one for the kids' bathroom. But here are the baskets that I got at Target. I'm actually just trading out that little basket here. I love this one so much more. And then I put a few of our towels in here. So I love the way it turned out. And then these little cabinets are actually already organized. I just have all of our extra toiletry items and feminine products, toilet paper, that kind of stuff. And then I have cleaning supplies above this one. Now here is where I ended up putting my travel bags. I was telling you earlier, I put them here in my closet and I love it. I feel like it works perfectly in here. And if you didn't see my closet makeover last week, the decluttering and organizing in there, episode 2, be sure to go check that out. All right, so now it's time to clean up a little bit in here. I'm just going to take this trash out, wipe down the counters and the mirrors, and vacuum really quick.
I know you're hurt. I can see it in your eyes, babe. You need to let your mind off things. No, it hurts. I can see it in your eyes, babe. But I know you have a lot to give. I know that it's getting cold, the waves are crashing in. When the streams are getting strong, just hold on to me, yeah. I'm your lighthouse, I'm the sun against your dark clouds. I will always be your guiding light. I'm your lighthouse, I'm the sun against your dark.
Oh, and I thought I would show you guys how I have this organized. So these are just little makeup wipes from Saint. I love these for getting my mascara and makeup off before I cleanse my face. And then I have a candle, and then here I use this top. I got this little stuff from Walmart a while back, but the top is like a jewelry organizer, and then I have floss sticks in there in that first little container, and then in the second one I've got some cotton rounds. Actually, all of the items that are in this little basket, including the basket except for the Saint wipes, are all from Walmart, and so I'll link all that stuff for you too in case you want to check those out. Now I've got my Tenco cordless vacuum. This is the same vacuum I was using earlier to clean out the drawers. I just had a different attachment on there. I love this thing. It's actually really affordable, and I get questions about it all the time, so I'll make sure to link this as well. All right, so now the bathroom is all cleaned and organized. I will take you through and show you each drawer and cabinet and just what it looks like now that it's all done. And just to give you guys an idea of how long this took me to do, I got to Walmart around 8 o'clock in the morning and actually got started on this project around 10:30, I think, around 10:30. But because of the sun shining into the window, that did slow me down a lot because I had to keep waiting for the sun to either go behind the clouds or finally get up high enough to where it wasn't shining straight through my window. And then I did take about a 30-minute lunch break, and then Chance was able to go get the kids for me, so I didn't have to stop at all. I literally worked the entire day except for my little lunch break and finally finished this project around 5:30. So it did take me a long time. I feel like it would have taken probably a few hours less if I wasn't filming it, but it was totally worth it. I'm so excited that I got to share this project with you guys, and hopefully it motivates you to tackle one of your big projects or even some of those little projects that you've been putting off. Now, as I continue to show you how all the drawers and everything turned out, I would love to hear from you in the comments. What space do you want to see me organize next? Or declutter and organize next, because I have so many spaces around the house. I'm actually really excited to tackle my kids' closets, but I'm getting some of those organizers, those drawer organizers that I used in my master closet. I'm going to get some of those for their closets because I love them so much and they fit a ton of stuff in them. So I'm going to order those actually probably today. I'm going to order those and hopefully they'll come in pretty quickly and I can start organizing in their closets. But what other spaces do you want to see me organize? Or what spaces do you guys need to declutter and organize? I would love to hear from you. All right, y'all, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here and introduce yourself down in the comments so that way we can say hey and get to know you. Don't forget to check out the other videos in my decluttering series. I'll have that playlist down in the description box, and I'll also leave links to anything and everything that I used in the bathroom today. Y'all have an amazing week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. My name is Amy Darley, and today's video is going to be video number 4 in my decluttering series. In this series, I'm going through my entire house and I am decluttering and organizing every space just a little bit at a time. So today I'm focusing on decluttering a few of our junk drawers in our kitchen, as well as the paper clutter in our wall hanging file. And then I'm going to do a little bit of deep cleaning as well. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and that it gives you tons of cleaning motivation to get some things checked off of your to-do list today. Now be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and let's get started on the cleaning. Alright, you guys know the drill. I have to get my bed made first thing in the morning and get some laundry going before I can actually get anything else checked off of my to-do list. So I'm going to do that really quickly, and then I will tidy up and then we'll actually get ready to start decluttering some spaces. And if you guys are interested in seeing my full morning routine, check out my last video that I posted. It is my 6 a.m. morning routine. I filmed it on a Friday, so I just kind of took you guys along with me for the morning to show you what my typical mornings look like as a stay-at-home mom. And y'all let me know down in the comments. I would love to know if you guys have a morning routine, or if you have any routines that you follow, or do you just kind of wing it day by day? All right, we are heading into the living room now that I have the laundry going. And like I said, I'm just gonna do a quick tidy up. It's not messy in here. Surprisingly, we don't have clothes all over the back of the couch, and we don't have a bunch of stuff all over the counters. We have a few things, but I'm gonna go ahead and tidy up really quick, and then we'll get started on some decluttering. Now, really quickly, I did want to introduce myself in case you're new here. I haven't introduced myself, I feel like, in a video in a while, and I wanted to take the time to do that really quick. So my name is Amy Darley, and I live right outside of Savannah, Georgia. My husband's name is Chance. He is in medical sales, and then I have two kids. My oldest son is, well, my oldest kid is my son Kason, and he is 11, and then my daughter Gracie June is 9. I was actually a teacher for 9.5 years before I started staying at home. I had an Etsy shop that I was running, and then shortly after that I started my YouTube channel, and now I've been making YouTube videos for the last 5 years. I absolutely love it. I share all kinds of different things on my channel. Mostly I just call myself a lifestyle channel because I share tons of different things within my videos, but I think my main focus is cleaning and homemaking. So if you enjoy those types of videos, I would love to have you join our community and subscribe to my channel. And also be sure to introduce yourself down in the comments if you're new here. Now, I told you guys earlier, this is the 4th video in my decluttering series, and I'm kind of taking it slowly at a time. I'm just going room by room and organizing every single space, just getting rid of stuff. I just felt like we were so overwhelmed with clutter all the time, and it was hard to keep things clean. So I was ready to do a full house declutter. However, once I got started, I was a little overwhelmed, and I decided I'm just gonna slowly tackle each space and not feel like I have to do it all in the month of January. So that's why this is the 4th video, is because I'm just taking my time and doing just a little bit at a time, so I'm not so overwhelmed. So the places that we have already decluttered were the playroom, and then I did my master closet, and then my master bathroom. So all of those spaces, I love the way they turned out. I got rid of so much stuff, and it just feels so good to be making progress and to see the progress. But I still have a lot of spaces to declutter left in my house. Alright, so the first thing we're going to declutter today is my hanging wall file right here. So we keep all of our mail that's important, all of our important documents, like whenever they come in, or bills, things like that, we stick them in there. And so that's the first thing that I'm going through. And then the second little file folder is all of Gracie June's school stuff. Some things, like she had that little frozen thing is from her play. So just anything that we want to keep, we throw in there. And then now I will actually go through everything and decide whether we're going to keep it or toss it, because we just can't keep everything that comes home. And then the one on the very top is Kason's, and now that he's in middle school, it's so sad because he hardly has anything. So he has a few like awards and things like that. I also have his prescription for his contacts in there. So I'll go file that into our office where I keep some of our other important information. But this is the little file folders that I created for them a few years ago. And it's got a folder for every single grade all the way up through 12th grade. So we keep any fun things that they've created at school or awards, pictures, all that kind of stuff in these little file folders. And when they're grown and they're out of school, then I will actually make a little scrapbook or something for them with all of those things. Now we're moving on to the junk drawers in my kitchen. I actually have 2 junk drawers. So this is the first one, and it's literally just chaos. It used to be organized, and that's why we have all the little organizers in here. And all those organizers are actually from the Dollar Tree, by the way. I love them because they have the little grippy things on the bottom so they don't slide around in the drawers. And I know you can buy those grip things separately, but I just never put them on the bottom of my containers. I'm lazy like that. Probably should, but I love that these actually come with those on there. And then also on the inside of each of those containers, it's rubber, so things don't slide around within your container either. But I bought those years ago, so I'm not even sure if they still have them. I haven't been in the Dollar Tree in a while, so I'll have to go check. But I'm just using what we already have, and this is one of those old school $5 bills. They don't make them anymore. And my kids have 3 of them that were given to them from their grandparents, and she told them to save them. So I don't know why they were even in this drawer, but I'm going to go put those back away. And then I'm just going through every single one of these little bins, tossing things that we don't need, and organizing the mess. There's a lot of stuff that was actually in this drawer that needed to be taken to the medicine cabinet or upstairs into the kids' rooms, things like that. Now, as I took all of these little containers out, I'm also wiping them down. There was a lot of dirt and things, so each time I walk away, I'm actually going and dumping into the trash can just so I can get any dirt out, and then I spray it down with a multi-purpose cleaner and wipe it out with my microfiber cloth. Now I'm just putting the organizers back in the drawer, and I'm kind of messing around with them to see how I want them to go in here and what way they fit the best, and then I'm going to start filling them back up. Now I will say I had 3 of these longer containers, and honestly I like the bigger containers better for some of the things that I put in here, but like I said, I was just using what we already had, and I wanted all the same style containers in this drawer, so I feel like the end product worked out really well. So as you can see, we've got a basket that's full of gift cards. We have so many gift cards that we need to use. And then we've got some chapstick, we've got our checkbook, and old phone that we probably need to get rid of, but that was Chance's old phone, so I'm going to let him decide what to do with that. We have a basket full of sticky notes and other like business cards that my husband needs. We have the little coin container, and then we have all of our pens and markers and a few highlighters. And then in this little container, we've got gum and a bunch of hand sanitizer. And then I decided to put all of our extra keys here in this container. And honestly, I don't even know what all of these keys go to. Like I know the car keys, but in the house keys, but I have no idea what all keys we have in here. So I probably should figure that out. And then the last little container is just other random items that we keep here in our junk drawer.
Dance with you. Everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you.
All right, so that is all organized. I love the way that it turned out. We got rid of a lot of stuff that was in this drawer, and I have a few things that are still here on the cabinet. I'm gonna go put all of that stuff away. Okay, now we're moving on to the bottom drawer, and this is another one of our junk drawers. It has lots of electronic stuff in here. Our GoPro's in there. We have a few different iPads in there and a ton of cords. So I actually bought a cord organizer. So I'll actually be taking all of the cords out of this drawer and using that organizer in a video really soon, and I'll be able to actually put them in different containers based on what kind of cord it is. So whether it goes to the iPhone or maybe my camera or whatever it is, I'm going to be able to organize it into that container and label it, and we'll be able to easily find whatever cords we're looking for. So I'm super excited to get that organized and show you guys how I do it, but that'll be in a video coming soon.
It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling.
All right, so in this drawer, I decided to keep all of our koozies in here. We got rid of a ton of those. And then I also have this little blue light cleaner. You can stick your phone in there and clean your phone with that, or a camera or whatever else you want. And then I'm also putting the chargers for my daughter's iPad and then my son's phone, because for some reason they just would rather charge their devices here in the kitchen than in the charging station in our office. So it always ends up here. And then I also kept our GoPro and then an extra iPad that we really don't use, but I'm trying to figure out what we should do with it. So if you guys have phones or iPads or anything that you don't ever use anymore, what do you do with those things? I'm trying to figure out what I should do with it. So as I was actually cleaning out these drawers, the doorbell rang and I had a package at the door, and I was so excited because I got a HelloFresh delivery for this week. And oh my gosh, all of the meals that I got were so good, which I don't think I've ever even had a meal from HelloFresh that we didn't love.
I told myself that maybe he ain't worth it. Too bad I hate advice. 'Cause out of sight and out of mind is perfect. It's so hard to decide. Oh, I know he got me good in his pocket. I know that I missed a treat. Well, the taste is better. Oh, go on, chewing my bones out when he's done is spitting me out. I just can't help myself. One for the pain, no hesitation. Took us we can, nothing can save us, yeah. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be free for the night. All in or nothing, not gonna stop. Dance till the morning light. I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be around you. He looks at me like I know what he's thinking, but I don't have a clue. True talent in avoiding conversation, yeah. It's almost rather cruel.
Alright, so it has actually been a while since I've cleaned the cabinets in my kitchen, so I wanted to do a quick cleaning in there. And so I'm just using my Cedar spin mop. I'm putting a little bit of Tide powder and hot water in my bucket, and then I'm actually going to use my mop to wash my cabinets.
Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you want this too. 'Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know.
Now, one thing you want to make sure of if you decide to use this method to wash your cabinets is you want to make sure that you wring out your mop really, really good. You want it like barely damp. You do not want it dripping wet, because then you're going to have water just sopping wet on your cabinets, running down, leaving streaks. So you want to try to get out as much water as you can on your mop before you start cleaning off your cabinets. And I seriously love this method of cleaning the cabinets, because I used to have to get on all fours and clean those bottom cabinets for my knees. And I will still do that every once in a while to get a really good clean on the baseboards and stuff. But this saves my back so much, because I don't have to do all the bending over. Also, for the upper cabinets, I don't have to pull out a chair and stand up and spray my cabinets and wipe them down. I'm able to reach everything with my mop. So this definitely takes me a whole lot less time too.
Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. I feel like the ocean. I can see you want this too. 'Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. you before the sun goes down.
It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you.
It's what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
Now that I have all the cabinets clean, I'm going to clean the rest of the kitchen. So we're going to start here with the stovetop. It's not too messy, but I'm going to vacuum up some crumbs, some cooked on food, whatever's right here. And then I just spray my stovetop with the Method degreaser, and then I use a wet sponge, and it will get anything that's cooked on or any gross food or anything off of there. It just works really, really well. Now I know that it's not too bad right now, but if I do have a lot of caked on food, I'm telling you, it makes it so easy to clean up. So I'm going to do this with the sponge, and then I will wipe it up with a microfiber cloth.
Here's to the good days, here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow. I don't wanna fight no more, cause I don't feel the need no more, no. Just wanna make it stop. Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get...
Now I'm cleaning all of my stainless steel with the Sprayway stainless steel cleaner, and I know a lot of people have talked about getting this on their floors and making it a little bit slippery. So what I do, especially for my smaller appliances, and I do this for my microwave and both the oven and the dishwasher, I just spray it straight onto my microfiber cloth, and then it doesn't get on the floor. And I don't plan on mopping the floors today, so that's why I'm doing it this way. Now, if I was going to mop the floors, then a lot of times I will just spray the Sprayway cleaner right onto the surface. But this stuff works really, really well, and I actually really love all of the Sprayway cleaners.
And then we cry, 'cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. We had a good run, don't say we didn't. I was your first love, and you were my first one. Cheers to all the memories, the venom and the remedies, yeah. Promise I won't forget.
Now I'm going to wipe down the counters really quick. I'm not disinfecting today, so I'm just using the Grove Co. multi-purpose cleaner, and I just put that into my glass bottle and fill it up with water and the multi-purpose cleaner. But if I were going to disinfect, I would use the Sprayway multi-purpose cleaner, or I also love the Jaws disinfectant.
Maybe it's something in the water, or maybe we just hit the end of the road. Right now it doesn't even matter. It's too late not to let it go. And that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed and then we cry, 'cause we both know it's gonna hurt, but not as much as this does. So baby, bye. It's for the best and you know why. You gotta leave me here tonight before we make this even worse. It's gonna hurt even more than this does. We gave it all we had, it's time to say bye, baby, bye.
Now I'm going to clean out my sink really quick, but I'm actually tossing this little scrub mommy because it is old and gross and I needed to switch it out for a new one. So I got a couple new ones, and then I also got this handheld scrubbers tool, but I'm not sure what I'm going to use it for. The scrubber on this one is just like the Scrub Daddy, so it doesn't have the soft side like the Scrub Mommy does. So I could use it to clean out the inside of my sink, I guess, but what do you guys use the handheld scrubber for? I'm trying to figure that out. I know that I could also use it for dishes, so maybe that's what I should do. Maybe I should use that to clean my dishes and then use my Scrub Mommy just for cleaning the sink out. Because I know I do get comments a lot from people saying that it's gross to use the same sponge to clean your dishes that you clean your sink out with. And I don't know, maybe I need to research that, but I've never really thought about it that way. So that's what I'll do. I'll use the handheld scrubber for my dishes, and I'm going to use the Scrub Mommy to clean out my sink. Now, I also needed to do a refill of the Dawn Power Wash, so I'm going to do that really quickly, and then I'm going to actually clean my sink out. Now, I hope you guys see that when you watch my videos, I'm a real person, and I love trying out different products, but I also love getting advice from you guys too. So if you ever have any cleaning hacks that have worked for you, or cleaning products or tools that you absolutely love, don't ever be afraid to recommend those to me. I have people that send me stuff on Instagram all the time with different cleaning products that they've tried, or maybe they've used something that works a little bit better than something I've used in one of my videos. And so I am always loving that feedback. I am not a professional house cleaner. I am just a mom who is trying to find cleaning products that work great, that I also love, and that make life easier. Just making my life easier, making things a little bit quicker so that they don't take up so much time. Because I'll be honest, cleaning is not my favorite thing to do. Like, I don't just look forward to cleaning every single day, but it's one of those things that has to get done. So if we can find products and tools that we love that make us like cleaning a little bit better, then it's a win-win. So even though most of my videos share cleaning motivation, tools, products, all that kind of stuff, I do not claim to be a cleaning expert. So hopefully you can relate to me a little bit more when you think of it that way. I don't know. I just felt like I needed to share that.
I'll be, you'll be, yeah, we'll be fine. So let's call it a night, and that's why I wish you the best and say goodbye. You start to get dressed.
All right, so the last thing I'm going to do in here before I vacuum is wipe down my wood countertop. And on this countertop, I always use the Method wood cleaner. Now, this is one cleaner that I have literally been using the entire 5 years plus before I even started YouTube. And this is just my favorite cleaner for any wood furniture. I love it so much. I love the way it makes everything shine, but I also really love the way it smells. Now, I did not film it earlier, but my robot vacuum always goes off every single day at, I think it's set for 10:30 in the morning. So it's already vacuumed all through here, even though you guys didn't see it on camera. But since I just cleaned my kitchen and I cleaned off the counters and I was pulling things out of the drawers, all that kind of stuff, I obviously had to vacuum again because there were crumbs and things all over the floor. So I'm just doing a really quick vacuum in here with my cordless vacuum. This vacuum is the Tenco A11 Hero Lightweight Cordless Vacuum. I got it from Walmart and it's on sale right now for $199. I think I've had this for about 4 or 5 months now, and I love it so much because it has the detangler brush roll, which is an absolute must-have if you have long hair or pets. So if you're on the hunt for a cordless vacuum that does a great job, then I would definitely recommend this one.
But not as much as this does, so baby, bye. It's for the best, and you know why. You gotta leave me.
All right, guys, that's all the cleaning I'm going to do for today. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and hopefully it gives you some cleaning motivation. It gives you the motivation that you need to get some things decluttered around your house. And don't forget to come back next week because I will be doing another decluttering video. I got some awesome organizers for my kids' closets. Wait till you see their closets. They are a disaster. So I can't wait to get in there and get rid of some stuff and reorganize their closets. and hopefully you're excited about that too. Now don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here, and I hope you guys have an amazing week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Right now, before we make this even worse, it's gonna hurt even more than this does.
Hey y'all, and welcome to a new video. My name is Amy Darley, and in today's video I've got tons of cleaning motivation for you. This is video number 5 in my decluttering series, where I'm taking you along as I declutter and organize my entire house. I'll be doing some everyday cleaning today, plus decluttering and organizing my son's closet and bedroom. It was a complete disaster in there, and I'm so happy with the transformation, and I think you guys are gonna love how it turned out too. All right, we are starting the cleaning with my typical morning cleaning routine. I'll make my bed, I'll get a load of laundry going in the washing machine, and then I move into the main living area and kitchen to tidy and clean up from the chaos of the night before and the morning. So like I said in the intro, this video is part of my decluttering series, where I'm trying to go through every single room and space in my house and get it decluttered and organized. So I've already decluttered and organized the playroom, my master closet, my bathroom, and a few of the junk drawers in my kitchen. And today we're going to be focusing on decluttering and organizing my son's closet and bedroom, because it was a huge wreck and I needed to go through all of his clothes as well. So if you have not seen any of my decluttering videos, I will leave my decluttering playlist down in the description box, so that way you can go check out some of the spaces that we've already decluttered and organized. So lately, I've actually switched to using white distilled vinegar instead of fabric softener. I've been doing this for like the last month, and I always use this for my towels and my cleaning rags and things like that. But for the last month or so, I've actually just been using the white distilled vinegar instead of fabric softener with all of my laundry. And I love the fact that it disinfects, but it also softens your clothes. It doesn't make everything smell like vinegar at all. And then also it's a little bit cheaper than fabric softener. So I don't know, I've been loving it, and I think I'm gonna stick with this. All right, so as I'm cleaning today, I'm gonna be listening to the book It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I've already read It Ends With Us, and I love it so much. I'm about halfway through now when I'm editing this. So I pulled out my AirPods, and my son had actually been using them the other day, and this is my reaction when I pulled them out. Gross. So of course, before I could start listening, I had to clean these out. They were pretty gross. They weren't as bad as they have been in the past. My son has very waxy ears. He also has his own earbuds, but his were dead, so he borrowed mine. So to clean them, I'm just taking a paper towel, a toothpick, and some isopropyl alcohol. You can also use a Q-tip instead of a toothpick if you want, but I find that the toothpick works a little bit better with these types of AirPods that have the rubber piece, because it's a little bit smaller. The toothpick is a little bit smaller and gets into the small hole and crevices easier than using the toothpick. You could also use this method on tons of other places around your house, like if you have small cracks that you need to get into between appliances or in the windowsill, all kinds of different places around your house. You could definitely use this little method to clean in those spaces.
Talking to each other, I know we feel the same about the situation, like we're stuck inside a game. Time to get out of this.
All right, my AirPods are all clean, so now I can pop these in and start listening to my book while I get the rest of my cleaning done.
Oh, yeah, we both carry a scar. Let's rewrite the part we're playing.
All right, I do want to tell you guys about the 250,000 subscriber giveaway, but first I want to introduce myself really quick in case you're brand new here, you've never watched any of my videos, you kind of know who you're watching. First of all, I'm Amy Darley. I live right outside of Savannah, Georgia, in a small little town. My husband's name is Chance, and we will be married for 15 years in June. So I am so excited to celebrate our 15-year anniversary soon. We also have 2 kids. My oldest is my son Kason, and he is 11 years old. And then my daughter is Gracie June, and she is 9 years old. I was a teacher for 9.5 years before I became a stay-at-home mom, which is when I also created my YouTube channel. Here on my channel, I share anything homemaking, so cleaning motivation, organization, cleaning hacks, tips, decorating. I even throw recipes and grocery hauls into my videos. Just all of the things that we do from day to day as moms or wives. I love just sharing that kind of stuff in my videos. So if you enjoy that kind of content, then I would love to have you as a subscriber here on my channel. The subscribe button is right below this video, and then if you also click the little bell right beside the subscribe button and the word all, then you will actually get notifications anytime I post new videos. Also, if you're new here, I would love to get to know you guys better, so be sure to introduce yourself down in the comments and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Me more than once to show you my intention. My brain gets blocked at times, but now somehow I'll give you my attention. You've got to know that I ain't a person who understands all the clockwork of our romance. You make me feel so alive, always there in my mind. But I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'm a rolling stone tonight, never to be settled. Though I know I can't deny your eyes, I've got this inner battle. I don't know how to act. I ain't a person who understands the commitments of a romance, but somehow I need you close. I'll go wherever you go. But I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. Reach out to me. Reach out to me. I'm done with searching for the truth somewhere else when I just want you. There was a void in my soul. Now I found my true home. But I just don't know if I'll dance with the lights on. If you're gonna be moving on solo, wait a second, cause they're playing the best song. I'll be there if you reach out to me. 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 Reach out.
showed you guys this little Scrub Daddy tool that I got last week, and I'm actually using it for the first time. I put some Dawn dishwashing liquid on the inside, and then I'm just using it to wash my dishes. And honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Usually I wash my dishes with the Scrub Mommy, and then I use the little bottle brush to wash the inside of all of my cups and things like that are harder to reach with the actual Scrub Mommy. And I found that when I was trying to use this new tool, I still had to reach for my bottle brush. So I don't know. I'm not sure which one I like more. So maybe I will switch to using the Scrub Mommy again for washing dishes, and then use this on the inside of my sink for scrubbing the sink down. I don't know. But I do like this product, and I feel like the soap comes out very easily. It does a great job of cleaning, and I love the material that it's made of and everything.
Something better. It's time for us to follow our dreams. No, we can't stay no more. Come run away. Don't be afraid. We'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do. Let's break away. All colors will fade. Let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you. By you. I'll stand by you. Now's the time to decide what to do. Let's break away. Somehow this is beautiful. Yeah. About time we let things go.
Here on the inside of my sink, just for like a daily clean, I just use the Dawn Power Wash, and then here you can see I'm using my Scrub Mommy again, and I'm just washing out the inside of my sink.
Is this our destiny? Just like it was meant to be. Yeah. Come run away. Don't be afraid. We'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do. Let's break away. All colors will fade. Let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you. By you. I'll stand by you. Now's the time to decide what to do. Let's break away. Strangers again. When you stepped into my life, such a magic feeling when you tore down my walls. I wish I could go back to right before you told me I'd try to change it all. But look at us.
All right, so the kitchen is all tidied up. I've got dishes put away. The sink is clean. And then the last thing I'm going to do in here is just wipe down the countertops. So I've got the Caldrea countertop spray here for my granite countertops. And then on my wood countertops, I'm using the Method wood cleaner. It's my favorite wood cleaner. It smells so good. And then right around this time, my robot vacuum was actually scheduled to go off. So it's gonna vacuum the floors for me. I don't have to worry about it. But if I clean after my robot vacuum has already gone off, then I will pull out my cordless and I will vacuum in here. But I also pull it out at night and usually do a quick vacuum in the kitchen and the breakfast area, just because that's where we eat, and we also have a high traffic zone there, just coming in and out of the garage. Now, it's funny because you guys see my red roses here. These are actually not mine. They are Gracie June's roses. Last week was Valentine's, and so my husband Chance got her some red roses, a cute little stuffed dog, which you probably saw me pick up off the couch earlier in the video, and then some gummy bears. And it's funny because I do not like to get flowers as a gift, just because I kill flowers so easily. Like, I am too lazy. I don't water them. I think they're beautiful, love the way that they smell and the way that they look, but I honestly just feel like it's such a waste of money to buy me, in particular, flowers. But Gracie June loves some fresh flowers, and so Chance got her those for Valentine's Day, which was really sweet, and she was so excited about them. Also, she was excited about the stuffed dog that Chance got her. She actually named it Cooper, and if you didn't know, we used to have a chocolate lab named Cooper. He was in tons of my videos over the years, and he actually passed away last March. It was actually last St. Patrick's Day, so I thought that was so sweet that she named him Cooper. All right, we are headed upstairs, and this is my son, Kaysen's room. He is 11 years old. He loves all things sports, and he also loves video games, but he is a big sports guy, so he also has tons of hats and is a huge mess. He actually does usually do a pretty good job of organizing things, but this closet has just gotten really out of hand, and honestly, I really feel like it's because we just have nowhere to put this stuff and we need to get rid of a ton of it. So that's what we're doing today. I'm gonna first pull every single thing out of this closet. I'm not gonna leave anything in here, and I'm gonna go through it all and decide whether I'm gonna keep it, throw it away, like if it's broken or has holes in it, or if I'm going to donate it. But I also want to do some cleaning in here, and so for the first day, I'm going to go ahead and do Kaysen's bedding. So my clothes in the washing machine are in the dryer now, and I'm ready to throw this into the washing machine, get his bedding started, and then I will start on the closet.
Could have gone so far. It hurts to realize we're parted. Yeah, look at us now. This is who we are. And I just know things will never be the same. We're like strangers again. Strangers again.
All right, so like I said, I'm going to actually pull every single item in this closet out of this closet, and I don't always do this. I don't always pull every single item out at once, but we are actually going to be taking out this bookshelf anyways, and I'm replacing it with some of the drawer organizers that I actually used in my master closet. We love them so much that I ended up purchasing some for both the kids' closets. The ones that I got for Kaysen's are actually a little bit taller, so I'm really excited to see how these work in here. But first, we're going to pull this bookshelf out, and also I wanted to pull everything out because I knew that there was so much stuff in here that we probably haven't even seen in years, and it just needs to go. So we're going to touch everything and decide what we're going to do with every single product, item, everything in this closet.
We're like strangers again. I just know things will never be the same. Like strangers again. Like strangers again. I thought we'd never fall. Could have tried much harder. All we have are scars. You said we'd get so high, higher up than heaven. You said we'd reach the stars. Look at us now. Could have gone so far. It hurts to realize we're parted. Yeah, look at us now. This is who we are. And I just know things will never be the same. We're like strangers again. Strangers again. We're like strangers again. I just know things will never be the same. Like strangers again.
All right, I have everything out of the closet. So really quickly, I'm going to do a vacuum in here. I don't remember the last time I've been able to vacuum the entire floor of his closet, so that's nice. And this is actually my corded vacuum. It's a Eureka vacuum. And I got this one last year trying to find another vacuum that was similar to my Shark Uplight. And this one has a lot of the same features. The only thing I will say is that this one is a lot heavier than my Shark Uplight. So that's the only downfall, is that I don't like how big and bulky it is. But it does a really, really good job. And with the size also means that the trash canister is a little bit bigger too. So now that I've vacuumed, I'm going to start putting in these organizers, these drawer organizers, which Chance Chance put them together for me, but they're actually really easy to put together. Oh, and while I was putting it in, I noticed that this area was really dusty. So I took one of the socks that they were already, it was a wash sock. It was clean, but it had a hole in it and I knew I was going to throw it away. So I just slipped it on my hand really quick and did a quick dusting of the windowsill. And then I'm going to throw the sock away. Once again, that was me being lazy and not wanting to run back downstairs to get my cleaning supplies. But hey, that sock was going in the trash anyway, so I put it to use. All right, so now you can see I have 2 of these drawer organizers here in his closet. And like I said, I got the tall ones for his closet just because I knew that he had space for that. And I think that they fit perfectly in here. This is going to work so good. And I wanted to show y'all a little bit of the behind the scenes too of all the stuff that I pulled out of his closet. And it's funny because I had no rhyme or reason when I was pulling everything out. I was just trying to get it all out as fast as possible because honestly, I was rushing and trying to beat the clock because I was trying to get all this stuff done before I had to go pick up my kids from school. So anyways, I was just in a hurry. But now I'm going through all of his bins, all of his drawers, everything, all the clothes. And I actually looked at like the size of everything, making sure that whatever fits him and is in good condition, I will keep and organize in these drawers. And then the rest of it, I will either, like I said, if it had rips or holes or it was just, something that nobody was going to wear, then I was getting rid of those. And then the other clothes and stuff I will donate. Now on these organizers, the top 2 drawers are a little bit thinner, so they're not as deep. And then the rest of the drawers are very deep and they fit a ton. So I tried to think of things that, would be perfect for these top drawers. So for the left top drawer is all of his underwear. The bottom one under that is his regular everyday socks. And then right there on the top, we have all of his baseball belts. And then the next drawer is his baseball socks. And now here on this right organizer, I'm trying to keep all the sports related stuff. So I went down and put his baseball pants, and then you'll see in just a little bit, I put his football gear, all that kind of stuff in there as well. And then this drawer I'm using for all of his bathing suits and sun shirts. Now here on the top where I have his belts, I ended up putting his sliding shorts for baseball and a few other baseball items up there too. And then this drawer right here is for all of his baseball jerseys and practice baseball shirts. And this next drawer is for all of his school athletic wear. So he's got like football shirts and then everyday athletic wear that he has to wear for some of his classes. And so I'm putting all of that in this drawer, which includes the shirts and the shorts. And then here we are putting the football gear in this drawer. In the bottom drawer on this side, I ended up putting some of his shoes that he keeps up here in his room. He actually has a bunch of shoes that we keep out in the garage, but these are shoes that he doesn't wear as often, so they're going in that drawer instead of just hanging out on the bottom of the floor. And then in this drawer, we have all of his hunting gear. So this is where all of his shirts were currently, and you can see this drawer is overflowing and I could barely even open and close it. So I'm going to go through all of these and look at the sizes. There were definitely a good bit that I wanted to get rid of. And then the only thing I'm going to end up keeping in this drawer are all of his cotton shirts. And then the rest of them are going to go, all of his athletic wear and stuff like that are going to go in those organizers in the closet.
Now that we parted, I better get started. It's time to get my head up again. You said that you had to. I'll try to forget you. Just didn't think we'd end up this way, like strangers again.
Now this is his shorts drawer and I'm doing the same exact thing. I'm going through, checking the sizes, getting rid of whatever doesn't fit him, and then moving those athletic shorts into the closet. And then I'm going to keep his, which he really didn't have very many, but the everyday shorts that are not athletic shorts, I'm going to keep in this drawer. And I do need to probably get him some new ones for like the spring or whatever, but the rest of them were too small for him, or too short. So I'm going to get some new ones. So as you can see, these drawer organizers fit so much stuff, and I feel like it all fits in there so much better than the dressers do. So these were definitely a win. I will make sure to link these, and also I will link any other cleaning products, tools, organization stuff that I used in this video down in my description box. Okay, so now it's time for hang-ups, and I really don't have a lot of his stuff hanging up in the closet. We have some jackets. He has a few nice shirts that he wears to church, some hoodies, and then some short sleeve shirts that he wears to church, and some pants. And then up here, I am keeping his Easter basket because that's how he's going to get his stuff for Easter, will be in his basket. We've also got in that first little bucket, we've got extra pillowcases. Next tub has a few special things that his dad handed down to him. And then we've got some bags and his pads for football. All right, so the last drawer that I want to go through really quickly is his pants drawer. And I'm just keeping all of his sweatpants in this drawer. And then I went and hung up a pair of khakis that he had in here as well. And we had the perfect little spot for his suitcase and toiletry bag here. So I'm just going to put that there. And then when I did my master closet decluttering video, a lot of you told me that there were actually tops that you could buy separately that go with these drawer organizers. So I did not know that, and you guys helped me out. So I knew I wanted some tops in here because I had a few things that I wanted to put on top of them in his closet. So I got both of the tops to go with these organizers, and then I'm going to put a few things here on top of them.
I told myself that maybe he ain't worth it. Too bad I hate advice. 'Cause out of sight and out of mind.
Okay, so now I'm pulling out Kaysen's keepsake box. This is one that we're going to give to him later on when he eventually moves out. And every time I go through this, I get so emotional. Such sweet things in here. But I am folding up all of Kaysen's old soccer jerseys, basketball jerseys, baseball jerseys, anything that he is no longer using or from previous teams. And I'm just folding them, and I'm going to put them here in this basket to keep for later because have you guys seen those blankets that you make out of like t-shirts or jerseys or whatever? I think they're called keepsake jersey blankets, but that's why I'm keeping these is eventually I want to have a blanket made for him with all of those jerseys on it. Now I'm putting up the second hat rack on his closet because his hats were overflowing and he had too many to go on one rack. And these were actually, they came in a 2-pack off of Amazon for like $9. And I love them. We actually have one in our closet as well for mine and Chance's hats.
Perfect. It's so hard to decide. Oh, I know he got me good in his pocket. I know that I'm just a tree.
And then this is our school organizer that we use for the week. It's already Wednesday, so I'm putting the clothes in there for Thursday and Friday. And then at the end of the week, I will go and reload the entire thing for Monday through Friday. All right, let me show you a quick overview of how the closet turned out. I am obsessed. I feel like it looks so much better in here, and it's going to be so much easier to keep it organized. And then after I show you this, I am going to finish cleaning Kaysen's room. But I would love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about the closet transformation? Do you like the way it turned out? Is there anything that you would have done differently? Let me know what you think, but I will tell you that Kaysen came home and he was so excited. He had no idea that I was even doing this today. And so when he got home and saw his closet, he loved it so much.
The taste is bitter. Oh, go on. Chewing my bones out when he's done spitting me out. I just can't.
And there was the perfect little spot right here for his dirty clothes hamper. All right, so I was out of time, so I actually saved the rest of the cleaning for the next day, but you can see I still had to go through all of the books and everything. I had to go through all of this stuff, and I actually ended up taking this whole bag here to a friend of mine, and so those are all hand-me-down clothes, and then we've got a bunch of baseball pants that I'm giving to a different friend, and then all the rest of the stuff we're actually going to just get rid of because it's either worn out or has holes in it, stuff like that. So before I run to go get our kids and then have to run all over town for practices and stuff, I'm going to really quickly make Kaysen's bed, and then I will pick back up where I left off the next day. But while I'm making his bed, I did want to ask for your opinions. So the bedding that I have for both of my kids is the Betty's bedding. I love it so much because it zips up and it just makes making your bed in the mornings super easy. It takes them like a minute and it always looks nice. No matter how they make their bed, it's going to look nice. But we've had their bedding for like the last maybe 4.5 years. I don't know. It's been a long time. So I definitely feel like we are in need of some new bedding. And I'm trying to decide if I want to get him another Betty set or if I want to find something else. Like, I know that Pottery Barn Teen has a lot of really good stuff and really good quality. So I don't know. I'm trying to decide what I want to do. They have some really good sets on the Betty's website though. So I'm torn. But I don't know. Do you think that these look too little kiddish, or do you think that, you know, they work for anybody?
I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be free for the night. All in or nothing, not gonna stop. Dance till the morning light. I just wanna be.
Okay, it's the next day. I'm going to first take all of this stuff downstairs, and then I'm going to start going through all of his books and decide which ones we're going to keep and which ones we're going to donate.
I just wanna be around you. He looks at me like I know what he's thinking, but I don't have a clue. True talent in avoiding conversation, yeah, it's almost rather cruel. Oh, I know he got me good in his pocket. I know that I missed a treat. Well, the taste is bitter.
So I decided I wanted to keep the bookshelf. I just felt like he needed something to keep his books on. And so I'm moving over his little nightstand onto the other side, and then I'm going to move this bookshelf here. And even though I ended up getting rid of a ton of books, I was able to use this bookshelf for the books that I did keep for him. And then I also ended up using a couple of those little baskets to put his soft balls that he plays with. Him and his friends will come up here and just kind of throw the balls around, and they're soft so they, you know, don't mess anything up. But I'm just going to keep those on there. And if you're wondering, yes, my the light right here just turned on. Chance got both the kids those like clapper plug-in things for their lights for Christmas. And so you clap twice and the light turns on, you clap twice and they turn off, and they've been really convenient. Okay, so here is the book collection in Kaysen's room. And if you guys remember, I was a teacher for 9.5 years, so I had a huge book collection. Plus, we have bought books for the kids over the years, you know, when they were in elementary school especially. And so I have a ton of books to go through. Some of these we're actually going to give to our nephew, and then a few of them we're keeping because they're like keepsake books. And then he's also got a few that he still kind of thumbs through, or, you know, we might want to pass those down later. So we're going to keep those.
Go on, chewing my bones, and when he's done, he's spitting me out. I just can't help myself. One for the pain, no hesitation. Took us we can, nothing can save us. Yeah, I just wanna be around you. I just wanna be free for the night. All in or nothing, not gonna stop. Dance till the morning light. I just wanna be around you. I
So in this basket, I'm putting all of his baseballs that have like a special meaning that we've kept, and I'm gonna put those on the bookshelf, and then I'm gonna go through and do some dusting and cleaning in his room. Now, I want to be completely honest with you guys. I had actually planned on taking this week to do both of the kids' closets, but since Kaysen's took way longer than I thought it would, and it took me a couple of days to clean in here, I just didn't have time to get started on Gracie June's closet and be able to edit the video and do all of that. Plus, this video ended up being super long, a lot longer than I thought it was going to. So next week, I will try to get into Gracie June's room and get in her closet because hers is just as bad as Kaysen's is. So be on the lookout for that video. It'll be next week, and hopefully it will turn out just as well as his did. We are almost finished cleaning. I'm gonna dust the outside of the fan really quick, which I feel like I need to take this thing apart and clean the inside because I can't get to the inside. If y'all have a hack for that, let me know. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is vacuum in here really quick, and then this room is gonna be all cleaned and organized. And if you guys made it this far in the video, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking around to the end. And if you are still here, then I want you guys to leave me either a sunshine emoji or leave me the word sunshine in a comment down below just to let me know that you're still here. I know you guys are super busy and have so many things going on, so for you to take the time to watch my videos and especially to watch them all the way through and to hang out with me, it means so much to me. And it actually helps me a ton when you do watch the videos all the way through, and I don't expect you to do that all the time. I know life is crazy. But if you could throw my videos up on your TV while you're cleaning, or maybe on your phone while you get ready in the morning, that would be awesome. I don't ever want it to cut into like your family time or your own me time. But if you do watch my videos, it really does mean the world to me. And when you watch it all the way through, it helps so much. So thank you guys for the support.
Making me stay, but let's talk. Are you at the avenue? I don't need nobody else but me.
All right, so that is going to be all of the cleaning and organizing that we're going to do for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And don't forget to check out my decluttering playlist down in the description box, so that way you can see all the other videos where I've decluttered and organized so far this year. And then if you did enjoy the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and then don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.
What you gonna say? I just need time right now. I'm going alone tonight. I don't need nobody else but me. But I'm thinking about the way you move, the way you make me grounded. Thinking about the way you used to hold me. When the sun and the water sinking down, down, down. I'm still falling for you. Forget what I said, just come on over.
Good morning, friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Darley, and I am so excited for today's video because it is jam-packed with lots and lots of cleaning motivation. This video is going to be video number 6 in my decluttering series, so if you've been following along, I have been decluttering and organizing one space at a time throughout my house, and today's focus is going to be my daughter's closet because her closet was a disaster. So we're going to get in there, we're going to declutter and organize and clean, and then I'm also going to be doing some everyday cleaning in today's video. My garage was a huge mess, so we're going to clean up the shoe rack, and then we also had a huge spill in our outdoor refrigerator, so we're going to clean that up, restock the fridge, and just get tons of stuff done for today. So go ahead and get that to-do list ready and either clean along with me or just watch and get motivated so you can get started on your cleaning for today. Okay, so this video is actually over 2 days of cleaning, and both days it was sunny and beautiful outside. I actually live right outside of Savannah, Georgia, and the weather here has been perfect this week. So I think the high on this day was 84 degrees and sunny. It was beautiful, perfect day to just open the blinds and get some cleaning done. And even one of our little cats was out here just taking a nap in the sunshine this morning. This is Freddie, and we actually have 2 other cats. One is Ozzy, which you'll see her a little bit later in the video, and then we also have another cat named Riley, which looks a little bit more like Freddie, and she's in a lot of my videos too because her Riley and Ozzy love to come in and take naps. Freddie likes being outside, but the other 2 love to come in and take naps and snuggle and then go outside to play. But first things first, we always have to get the bed made. This is like my pre-cleaning cleaning. So before I can get started on that to-do list, I have to have my bed made, and then we get laundry going. And so for today, since I'm gonna be cleaning up in Gracie June's room, I'm gonna go ahead and get her bedding started so that way it's all cleaned and dry and everything before I have to go pick up the kids. And before I finish cleaning in there, I'll be able to get that bedding back on her bed. Alright, so now I'm headed upstairs to Gracie June's room to grab her bedding, and when I walked in there, I saw Ozzy, our little black cat. She is sleeping on Gracie June's bed, and I didn't even know that she was inside this morning. So she loves to come sleep on Gracie June's bed, and then Riley, the other one that I said likes to sleep inside, she has 2 spots. She likes to go on Kaysen's bed, or there's a little basket downstairs that has our blankets in it in the living room. She loves sleeping in that basket. And here I just kind of tried to make a little spot for her on the floor, but she wasn't having it. She ran downstairs and went and cuddled up on the couch while I got the bedding started. Now, I'm super curious, are you guys a cat person or not? I feel like you're either one or you're not a cat person. And I have never been a cat person in my life. I never even thought I would ever have cats. But a year and a half ago, the kids talked us into getting these cats. It was actually my in-laws had a cat who had babies. And so we got the 3 kittens. We agreed to 1. But then we were like, well, if we get 2 of them, then they'll have a playmate. But then when we went to bring the cats home, we felt bad leaving 1 by itself. So we ended up with these 3 cats, and they've honestly grown on me over the last year and a half. I'm still more of a dog person. I still would not consider myself a cat person, but they have grown on me, and I do love to cuddle with them. every now and then. And anyways, I'm just curious, are you a cat person or not? All right, so I'm just continuing with my normal morning cleaning routine. So I'm tidying up here in the living room. I'm going to clean up in the kitchen, and then I will get started on the actual cleaning that I'd planned on doing for the day. So that would be like whatever cleaning I had on my to-do list for the day.
I bet you think that I should calm down, and that I'm overthinking everything about you, and that we're good the way we are. But I don't know that much about you, what things you like and what you don't. It's not that long since I met you for the first time. You know we should work it out. You know we should work it out before I'm too invested.
All right, so as I continue to clean, I just thought it would be fun for you guys to share any good news that you have down in the comments. So let me know what's going on with y'all. Do we have any new jobs or new babies? Any fun news or anything that you're excited about? I would love to hear from you down in the comments so that way we can celebrate with you. I would say our good news recently is that, one, the weather's been great. We also have been super busy, but like good busy. Kaysen is starting back up baseball season, so he just had his first baseball tournament this past weekend, and it went amazing. And then he also made his middle school baseball team, which he is so excited about. So he'll have that going on, and we will literally have baseball from now until like the end of the summer. And then Gracie June has had a few cheer competitions. She actually has a cheer competition this weekend and next weekend. So we're going to kind of divide and conquer. While Kaysen goes to baseball, I'll take Gracie June to cheer. And they actually won their last competition, which was so much fun. She's been loving it. She has just been doing so good with her cheer stuff, so we're excited about that. But like I said, it's just been super busy, but good busy, and we've been having a lot of fun.
Ask you all my questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? And will you let me down? I know I'm feeling something for you. The way you look, the way you laugh, and how you move. It kinda makes me go crazy. But we should take it slow, work things out so you don't let me go. When I come real close, I don't wanna get hurt, 'cause I'm not ready to give you my heart yet. Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you all my questions.
So the last thing I'm going to do to clean here in the kitchen is just wipe down my wood countertop, and then I'll head upstairs to start cleaning. And actually, while I'm upstairs, my vacuum, I have a robot vacuum, it is set to go off every day at 10:30, so it's going to do the vacuuming for me, and then usually I will pull out my cordless vacuum after dinner and run the cordless vacuum in the kitchen really quick, because we tend to get, crumbs on the floor, food from like cooking or whatever. So I usually use my cordless vacuum to clean up after dinner, but during the day, my robot vacuum is my BFF and does the vacuuming for me.
Get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted? And will you let me down before I'm too invested?
All right, we are back upstairs, and this is the situation in Gracie June's room right now. So this is her closet. We have so much stuff in here. She has lots of clothes that actually need to pull out because they're too small for her or too short on her. And then We have lots of shoes, backpacks, all kinds of things that I need to go through and just declutter and organize. And we're going to get rid of a lot of stuff today. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull out everything from the closet. The only thing I left in there were her hang-ups. I actually decluttered those while just standing there in the closet. And then I also left her hanging organizer. But everything else I pulled out because I wanted to put my hands on everything. I wanted to look through everything so that way we could decide what we were going to keep and what we were going to get rid of.
We should take it easy. Maybe we could test this and work out our feelings. Baby, will I love you? Tell me, do you want me? And will you let me down? Yeah. La 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 la. Before I'm too invested, I should probably ask you.
So funny because as I was pulling things off the shelves and pulling things off the floor in the back of the closet, I was finding things that I didn't even know were in here. And I actually declutter their closets at least once a year like this. But there are things that have been in here that we haven't touched for like 3 years. So I'm like, okay, it's time to get rid of this. Every single time I declutter, I keep it thinking we're going to use it or she's going to want to play with this thing. And it's been sitting at the top of their closets for like 3 years. So I'm finally going to get rid of some of those things today. I also pulled out her bookshelf here. And originally, you'll see in just a second, originally I was thinking I was going to completely pull out the bookshelf and put it on the wall beside her bed. But after I moved it over there, I just did not like the way the whole room just seemed smaller and more cluttered. And here you can see this is where I kind of tested it out. I moved her nightstand onto the other side, and this is where I was going to put this bookshelf. But after putting it there, I just realized that there was too much furniture in here, and if I filled that bookshelf up, it was going to make this whole space look even more cluttered and be harder to keep clean. Because I know how Gracie June is. She's going to throw stuff all over that bookshelf, or she'll probably pull things off even more. So I decided I was not going to keep it there. So the first thing I'm doing, though, before I put it back is I'm going through all of her clothes. I'm going to declutter these clothes, get rid of anything that's too small for her or too short, and then I'll vacuum the floor, and then I'm going to actually put that bookshelf back into this closet.
Questions, get to know you better. Like, can you be trusted? Will you take me for granted?
So this is the pile of clothes that we are going to get rid of and give to a friend because they're too small. And now that this is out, I can actually do a quick vacuum, and this is all that she was left with. But I did have a few other dresses that were clean downstairs that I'm going to be hanging up in just a little bit. But we're going to kind of move some things around in here because I also got one of those organizers that I used in my closet and also in my son's closet in last week's video. And I got 2 of them, but I decided since I'm using the bookshelf in here that I'm going to only use one of the organizers in this closet, and then I'm going to use the other one that I got to organize in my craft area in our playroom. So that'll be in a video soon. So here I'm just moving our hanging organizer over to the right of the closet so that way I can put the drawer organizer that I'm going to use down there in the bottom left.
Still got your pearls hanging by my bedside. Still got your lips on paper in a trash now. I never knew love could be so sweet.
Here's the drawer organizer that I was talking about. The one in Kaysen's room is a little bit taller, but I knew that if I ended up putting these below Gracie June's clothes, that it would need to be the shorter version, which is also the same one that I have in our closet. But I got all of the organizers from the Container Store, and they're actually a really good price. So I will make sure to link the organizers down in the description box. They come in white and silver. And so I got silver for both our closets and my son's closet. But then for Gracie June's closet, I went with white because everything else in here was white. And I love the way it looks. But I really love these organizers because they fit so much stuff in them. The top drawer is a little bit skinnier, but the other drawers are huge, and I'm able to fit so much more stuff in these than in our normal dressers. So you'll see how I organized Gracie June's closet in just a second, but if you didn't see last week's video where I did my son's closet, I was able to organize all of his baseball, football, everyday clothes, and even his shoes in those organizers, and they just fit so much. Oh, really quick, I wanted to say I'm putting this little command hook here to hang a few of her little bags, and I think it looks really cute. But back to the drawer organizers, I also think they would be really great in like a linen closet or even a cleaning supply closet. So if you have any closets in your house that you're trying to organize, I definitely think these would be really good in there. So these are the baskets that were on the bookshelf in Gracie June's closet, and I'm just going through them. One of the baskets is full of her cheer medals, which I want to get something that I can actually hang on her wall to display all of her medals, and I found something really cute off of Amazon. I just need to order it. But then we also have a few Disney headbands that are like the Disney ears that I just cannot get rid of. I got rid of a ton. We used to have a bunch of Disney ears, and I got rid of a ton of them. But these I've just been keeping because I'm like, I know one day we're going to go back to Disney. I don't know when it's going to be because my kids really prefer going to Universal now, and we love Universal so much. But I'm thinking, of course, one day we'll go back, right? So I've been keeping them in case we decide to do one of the Halloween parties because we have a pair of Halloween ears and Sally ears. So that's what's in that basket. But now I'm just organizing the bookshelf with all of her fun little items and accessories. And then on the bottom shelf here, I'm putting all of her books and sketch pads and journals. And then I'm also going to put a few of her craft boxes. I think she's got some bracelets that have not been opened yet. So I like to keep those in here because they haven't been opened. So that way when she is ready to use them, you know, we can go through it together and it's not a huge mess in the craft area in our playroom.
It would sting, I never knew.
Okay, I have a few baskets that we don't reach for as often, so I'm putting them up here on this top shelf. And in this first basket, it's tons of different costumes, just in case she has like dress up days or anything. And then in this basket, we have a couple of duffel bags, just in case we need them for like a short weekend or something. And then these are going on top of the bookshelf. These are her Christmas nativity scene items. And then here we have more glow-in-the-dark Easter eggs that I'm just going to keep in here for right now. And then I did throw her pom-poms that she has into these baskets. I could probably get rid of those, but I'm going to replace them with some red and white pom-poms. But she still pulls these out. Her and her little friends will make up cheer routines at the house, so I'm going to keep them in case they want to use those until I replace them. Okay, now I'm going to organize her drawers, and here on the bottom shelf I'm just putting all of her shoes, and then the next two shelves are going to be like sweatshirts or pullovers and sweaters. And then in the very top drawer, that's the one that I was saying is a little bit skinnier. It's going to be for her cheer bows, and then she also has some regular bows that she wears with that I got for her to wear with her dresses to church. We haven't even opened them yet. So I'm going to put those in that drawer so we can start pulling those out. And then also some of her hats. Oh, and these do have tops that you can buy separately. When I organized my closet, I didn't know that they had tops, and a bunch of you told me about that. So for the kids' closets, I did get the tops for them. I haven't gotten them for my closet yet, but I might end up doing that. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to end up doing that because I have some things sitting in the inside of mine. I have a couple of bags, and so it kind of works out without the tops for my closet, but for theirs, I did want to have tops.
Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel. It will kill me when you leave and close my door. Oh, Emily.
All right, I wanted to share with you this little organizer. It's a hanging organizer that I got off of Amazon a couple of months ago, and I'm using it to store all of Gracie June's pants because they would not fit really well in her dresser drawer. So this works so much better, and it's just a way to utilize the back of her door space. And I've seen a lot of people use these organizers. It's actually two-sided. So I've seen people use it for leggings, pants, sweaters. But like I said, I got it off of Amazon, and I will link it down in the description box for you. So here's a little overview of the closet and how it turned out. I feel like it looks so much better. Y'all will have to let me know what you think. And there's even a little space back there where I did end up putting Gracie June's rolling suitcase. So it worked out perfect. I love it. And Gracie June was super excited when she got home and saw that I had reorganized her closet. All right, so now that the closet is done, I'm gonna do some cleaning in her bedroom and get her bedding put back on her bed and just get this room cleaned up.
I can't believe it's already over. Too late to talk and fix whatever's broken. I always thought love like ours would last.
So if you've been around for a while, you know my daughter loves Legos, and she has a few sets that she wanted to display here in her bedroom, but honestly, it's kind of hard to clean around them. So what I'm doing is just taking a bunch of the Legos and putting them in these two little bins. They're clear bins. And then the only thing I'm going to keep displayed out is the beach house because it's way too big and I don't want to take it apart because she spent so much time putting it together. So I'm going to keep that on the top, but this will make it easier so I can actually wipe down all of this bookshelf.
Never knew love could pass. Tomorrow comes and you are not around. Feels uneasy. Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel. It will kill me when you leave and close my door.
Okay, so at this point, I felt like I was literally racing the clock to get done cleaning in here before I had to leave to get my kids from school. So the bedding is done. I'm throwing this on there really quick, and this is the Betty's bedding. It just zips up. The kids can make their beds in like 2 seconds with this bedding. And I did ask your opinion in last week's video because I'm thinking about getting the kids new bedding because they've had both of their sets for like 3 or 4 years now. And I will say they have held up so well. I'm surprised. Like, you would never know that they've had this bedding for so long unless you follow me here on YouTube. But I do feel like the quality is so good. Here I actually went and traded out a pillow because that one was so flat. I felt like I needed a different pillow. So we had one in our closet that's super fluffy, so I decided to trade it out. Anyways, back to the bedding. I feel like for the price of this bedding, it has held up so well. I love the fact that the kids can make their beds in like 2 seconds. It's super easy. I feel like it looks really good. You can never really mess up how to make up the bed. And so it's been great. But I'm just trying to decide whether you know, I want to stick with the Bettys or maybe try a different brand. I've seen some really cute sets from Pottery Barn Kids, but I mean, I don't know. I've never had anything from them before, and so I don't know the quality of it. I don't know if it's going to last a really long time like these do. So if you guys have had Pottery Barn Kids bedding, let me know what you think. Does it hold up, or should I just stick with the Bettys?
Easy to be in love. Who said that the sun would always shine? I'm not sure you realize what you are giving up. When did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel. It will kill me when you leave and close my door. Oh, Emily.
All right, Gracie June's room is all nice and clean. I can go get the kids from school, and then I'm gonna pick up the next day with a little bit of cleaning that I needed to get done. So the video's not over, but I did get all the cleaning I needed to get done on day 1. All right, so here we are on day 2 of cleaning, and I'm opening up the garage. I had a few bags of clothes I needed to go throw in my car to give to our friends. And then this is the area that I'm going to be cleaning up today. Our shoe rack is a disaster. We've got lots of shoes that are too small for the kids, so I need to go through all of that. We've got lots of drinks that need to be put in the refrigerator, but I didn't want to do that until I clean out the fridge because we had a huge spill in there. We had some like fruit drink, and apparently the top wasn't on all the way. Someone had opened it, took a sip, put it back in the refrigerator, and the top wasn't all the way. So it spilled all over the inside of the refrigerator. So I need to clean that up before I restock it. Now, I told you guys that it's been super warm here this week, but with the warm weather also comes the pollen. So our garage was covered in pollen. My car is covered in pollen. The driveway, the trampoline, everything is covered in pollen right now. And it's so funny because as I was filming this, I had my camera, and literally like 5 minutes after I started filming, my camera was covered in pollen too. So after I got done organizing the shoe rack, I had planned on blowing out the garage because there were leaves everywhere, the pollen was everywhere, so I wanted to blow it out. And we have this battery operated blower, and so I'm looking around everywhere in the garage. Chance had done some organizing on the tool side of the garage a few weeks ago, and so I'm looking everywhere and I can't find it. And I text Chance and I'm like, hey, I need to blow out the garage. Where's the little battery operated blower? And he was like, oh, it wasn't working anymore, so I threw it away. And I'm like, well, dang, I needed to blow this out. And the only other one that we have is a gas powered blower, and I have never used it before. And so he was like, yeah, just wait till I get home and I'll just blow it out for you and I'll show you how to do it. So unfortunately, I didn't get this blown out today on camera, but he did come home and do that for me, which was great because it really needed it. And I've been trying to keep the garage door closed during the day because of the pollen and leaves and stuff, but I'm telling you, we can keep the door open for like 5 minutes and it is everywhere. But here you can see I am pulling everything out of the refrigerator. This is the huge mess that I was telling you about. It was all sticky, and it was actually hard to get these little things out because they were sticking on there. But I just took it outside because I figured it would be easier to clean these out here. And I took a little bit of Dawn dish soap, sprayed it, put a little bit in the bucket, put some water in there, and that's what I'm going to use to clean these off. And it works great. I'm telling you, I feel like Dawn is good on anything.
keep on telling lies. That is how we stay alive. So you know that I don't mind about what is wrong and what is right.
So as I'm editing this, I can't help but notice that horrible bruise on my leg, and that is actually from where I was cleaning in Kaysen's room a few weeks ago, the video that I shared last week. Anytime I'm cleaning in his room, for some reason, I always run into the corner of his bed and I always get a bruise. So that's a little battle wound for cleaning his room.
We keep moving in different rhythms. Still I know what you feel. We keep moving in different rhythms. Two different minds telling lies. That's how we stay alive. At least we try to survive. We're not the ones who hide. Two different minds.
Okay, I'm gonna rinse these pieces off in just a second, but I decided to take that same soapy water and just use it to clean out the inside of the refrigerator. I figured this was just the easiest way to clean it, with a wet sponge and some soapy water. And then I will go back and dry it out with a microfiber cloth. And it's so funny because I feel like I am always having to clean up messes in this refrigerator, because if we put anything in the back of the refrigerator, it freezes and it like blows up and explodes in our refrigerator. So we've had several Diet Dr. Peppers blow up in there, some protein shakes, and it's just funny because we learned that we can't put anything at the very back of our refrigerator now. But then, of course, like someone accidentally spills something on the inside of the door. So I'm like, I'm always cleaning this refrigerator out. There's always a mess in this refrigerator.
Two different minds. We're not the ones who hide. Two different minds. You know just what to say.
Okay, now I'm gonna rinse and dry all of the refrigerator pieces out here and put them back in the refrigerator, and then I will finally restock that fridge.
To make it all okay. 'Cause I am too blind to see when you're in front of me. We keep moving in different rhythms. Two different minds, telling lies. That's how we stay alive. At least we try to survive. We're not the ones who hide. Two different minds.
Here in this bottom shelf, I am putting the Roaring Waters. Have you guys tried those? They're like the Capri Suns, but they're actually flavored waters. So I get these for the kids and for all the neighborhood kids when they're over. They know they can grab one out of there. And then I have Diet Dr. Peppers. This is my drink of choice. And then I have a few like energy drinks and these lollipop. I actually haven't even tried these yet. I got these a few weeks ago and still haven't tried them because I don't know, I've just been drinking my Diet Dr. Peppers, but I will try them soon. Y'all let me know what you think of them. And then we also love these flavored waters. They're the ice waters. We usually take those to like baseball tournaments to help us keep hydrating, so that way we're not just drinking, you know, our regular waters. A lot of times we won't drink as much. And then here we've got some Premier protein shakes. So this drink fridge is now fully stocked and we are good to go. Now the last thing that I'm going to do is a load of laundry. This is Kaysen's clothes. They are all clean, so I'm going to actually fold them and then I will put them in the basket and put them in his room, and then he can put them away when he gets home from school. And I feel like laundry time is kind of like me time. I get to watch a show while I'm folding laundry, so I actually get excited about it. So I have watched every season of The Handmaid's Tale, and then I haven't watched this last season yet because when it first came out, I was like, I'm going to wait until the entire season is out and I can binge watch it. So I started watching it earlier this week, and I'm on episode 9, I think, right now. So I've got 2 episodes left, and it's so good. It's just a crazy show. So y'all have to let me know if you've watched it or what your favorite shows that you're watching right now. Anything on Netflix or Hulu. I actually only watched The Handmaid's Tale on Hulu. So I literally bought the subscription for this month just so I could watch The Handmaid's Tale. And then I'll probably cut it back off after that because I don't really watch anything else on there. Unless you guys have some good suggestions on some shows I should watch that are on Hulu. But anyways, that is all the cleaning that I'm going to do for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't seen any of my other decluttering videos yet, be sure to go check those out. I actually have a playlist down in my description box where you can go find all of those videos. There are 5 other spaces that I have decluttered so far. So we started with the kids' playroom, which was awesome. And then we did my master closet, we did our bathroom, the junk drawers in the kitchen, and then both of the kids' closets. So go check those videos out if you need even more decluttering and organizing motivation. And please let me know down in the comments if you guys are enjoying this series, because I definitely have more spaces in the house that need to be decluttered and organized. So I'll still be going for a while. Also, another way to let me know that you're loving these videos is by giving this video a thumbs up. And then if you're new here and you are not already a subscriber, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. And while you're subscribing, be sure to comment below. Let us know who you are and where you're from, or just a little bit about yourself so that way we can get to know you. I hope you guys have the best week ever, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
Telling lies, that's how we stay alive.